Just going to give it a quick second as per usual. Andy, please don't do anything weird. I am asking you politely. Alright. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all identities, colors, and whatever the fuck you are, I don't care. Welcome to our next installment of and Dice and Demons. I, as ever, am your host and dungeon master, Max K, and it is my privilege, nay, duty, to murderize these pathetic fucks in every creative way I can think of. And I'm a creative person. As always, I am joined with, on my left, this guy.
Crafty Andy.
And it's out of order right now, but whatever.
Ken.
Karen.
And that was Chris, and he did it out of order because he doesn't want to be a part of this table anymore. Because he's officially kicked out for that shit.
Okay, cool. I'll play Diablo then. Bye.
Nope.
Bye.
Get the
No.
fuck back in here.
He's
What?
wrapping up.
When we last left our group of intrepid adventurers, they had finally made it to Ghal's home city of Hidden Waters, only to find it slowly decaying and dying under the occupation of whatever the fuck attacked it in the first place. The dwarves mounting this assault unleashed a rather effective group of specialists dubbed the Stormtroopers in a surprise assault with explosive results. And thus, the city has been liberated, but now under one occupier to another, with it being annexed by the dwarves. We now resume the following morning, the morning after, so hopefully this hangover isn't going to be too bad. And with that, we shall begin. So, it is, in fact, the morning after. Things are no longer on fire, or if there is a fire, it's controlled ones of like people just making some food and such. The civilians have come out of hiding. They're talking with the dwarves, just understanding what happened and why. There's a lot of shock, a lot of confusion, but the overall sense you guys are getting from the atmosphere is relief. Because they just were liberated after a few weeks of what can only be assumed as a pretty brutal occupation. From the way these people look, they do not look like they've had a fun time over the past couple weeks.
And there was an unhinged dude that said, "This means nothing," when who took him out.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. But by and large, everyone's really thankful the dwarves mounted this. And as you're looking around the city, you've noticed that the destruction caused by the assault was actually really minimal. I mean, there are some exploded buildings, yes, but the explosions and the fires caused by them were really contained quick, and it did not destroy too much. Why are you grinning? Why are you
Puns.
grinning?
I know it's a pun.
Okay, when he mentioned the crazy guy that we killed at the end, I immediately thought to say collapsing his lungs was a breath of fresh air that he'll never get to take.
That was great.
I am not sure what I expected. But
The way you're describing them being all precise about everything was making me picture the fucking Alec and Eldar units. They just dance while doing it.
oh yeah, the Harlequins. But yeah, no, it really gives you a sense of just how much planning and coordination went into this assault. Because outside of those buildings which were destroyed by the explosions, and compared to the destruction from when the town was first attacked, like you can tell old destruction from new destruction. And the amount of new destruction, based on the carnage you saw, is actually really small. So these guys really, really got their shit together quick, and this assault was, I'm gonna say it, no, I'm gonna say it, super effective. Yes?
If I can, I would like to go around to the people who were captives in the city and start interviewing them to see if I can gather any information about the force that was occupying them.
Okay. So you are going from person to person, and this there's no two stories, of course, which are the same, but the overall theme is pretty consistent. These dudes, when they came in, they first attacked. They killed civilians left, right, and center, and the ones that were left over were essentially treated like cattle. They were beaten, brutalized, treated almost like slaves. You can tell pretty clear who got the worst of it just by how they look and how some of them just straight up do not want to talk about it. And you can guess why they don't want to talk about it and what happened to them.
Gotcha. I'm not going to ask them what happened. I'm going to ask if they overheard anything important about who they might have been.
Okay. Many don't really recall them speaking with them around, aside from giving orders, but they seemed pretty convinced this was all necessary and what they were doing was important in the grand scheme of things. They didn't really drop any names specifically, outside of one or two notable ones that you think was like the leader of this group when everything went down. Names like Xanator and Kristoff, but which wildly different names. So it makes you think they're from two different merchant states. But in terms of like who this group was or what they called themselves, no one can quite recall. No one quite heard.
Any titles that they might have heard?
Outside of what stuff you've heard before, like His Hands Will Rise and Lord Cypher, nothing.
I'm gonna open up a soup kitchen for everyone.
Dwarves have already got that covered.
I'm gonna be working with the dwarves at the soup kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
Because these are my people, so I'm gonna do whatever I can to bring them comfort.
They are really thankful. They weren't malnourished, but having something other than just kind of tasteless gruel, like the food the dwarves brought in, it has at least some flavor to it, which that's the thing that there was like, oh my god, it's not something other than bland fucking potatoes.
Can I look around for evidence of like fresh dug graves or mass graves to like get evidence of war crimes?
You do not need to look far, because you see a patch of dirt, or an open field, I should say, and there is some half-assed dug graves with bodies clearly dumped in, and you can tell it was half-assed because they were just dumped in and then just kind of a light topsoil thrown on top. It's like, fuck this, we're done. And you notice it because there's a couple like hands sticking out.
That's grim. I'm gonna try to collect a few people to help properly bury them.
Okay. You notice along a lot of the perimeter of it, there's a distinct red plant growing around it, and you recognize this as bloodroot because it only grows on the graves of people murdered in cold blood.
Interesting. Can I get a bag and collect all this?
You can. There's not very much, and there's maybe like
That's useful.
there's like a small spice bag's worth of it, so you can make at least a couple tea bags with it.
Can we start the counter now for war crimes?
Oh, it's already started.
Yeah, we started.
I know
last
that,
time.
but we got one, but now we're gonna. What is the war problem logging in?
Please put the switch
Yeah,
away, Chris.
Wait until after. Come on. So you
I'm
use this.
updating it while you guys are going.
Okay, as long as it's just an update.
So, but yeah, they're a relief effort to get the dead properly buried is underway.
Were there any prisoners taken?
If there were, they're probably in that hole.
Hmm.
That sucks.
The dwarves take any prisoners?
Oh, You need to specify. Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
There are some prisoners. Yes, there are. The Doors made the decision to keep them away from the general public. Not for their safety. They don't give a shit about these prisoners. They just want to know what the fuck happened, and these are the only guys who would know what the hell's going on. So it's just like, we need them alive for a little bit. Afterwards, we're just gonna leave them in public, and whatever will happen, will happen.
Can I ask the dwarves if they would like me to interrogate them?
As you approach them, you hear a few, what can only be described as muffled grunts and screaming. And the guard's just gonna look at you. Здравствуйте. Can we help you, Tomarishk?
Good day. I was wondering if you would, since one of my specialties is interviewing people, if you'd like me to help interrogate some of the prisoners.
As soon as you finish asking that question, there comes a scream from behind you. Or from behind the guard where the prisoner is being held.
That sounds painful.
We have creative people in charge of asking creative questions.
In
I
creative
see.
ways.
But you say you are a specialist in making people answer questions.
Yeah.
Do you use pain?
No, I'm more of a tax guy, so usually it's I'm trying to help people file the taxes.
So you use pain, just not physical pain.
Exactly.
Different kind of
You
thing.
see, you need to be specific about this because this interrogations need specificity. I hope you understand.
Oh, I definitely understand.
I understand. Give me one moment. Let me go talk to Captain and see if there's someone we have yet to touch. I think there may be one or
Gonna do
two.
the good cop, bad cop thing.
Yeah, no. With the
can
door,
just stand in intimidation
with
like
these
Bob.
guys, you get the distinct impression there is no good cop, bad cop. There is bad cop and worse cop. The Nord just kind of walks into the building. The screams stop for a moment, and you hear them talking in Dwarvish. Guard comes back. Okay, so there is at least one person we haven't gotten to yet. He looks quite scared. So I think he might be a little more receptive to not seeing Dwarf come into ceiling and... Yeah. So if you would like to come in and try, you are welcome to.
I'd love to.
Just remember, this is going to be the last time you see him conscious or not being ripped apart in streets. I hope you understand.
I definitely understand.
Good.
Alright, I'll
He
stand
doesn't
by
have
with
that.
you, asshole.
I think he can infer.
So you walk in, and it is a house. It was a nicer house, but it's been converted into kind of a holding area. And the guard just kind of ushers you into one of the rooms and just locks the door behind you. It's been made empty with maybe just like a sheet thrown on the ground for him to sleep on. And you see this gentleman really just dirty, kind of beaten up a little bit, though you have a feeling it's not from the guards, it's more just from the shit that happened last night. Just cowering in the corner as soon as you enter, and he just kind of slinks up against the wall, just wild-eyed, like breathing heavy and raggedly. Who the fuck are you?
I'm gonna start like rolling up my sleeves.
What the fuck are you?
Well, I'm just here to talk.
And I'm here to watch.
What the fuck are you?
Where the fuck
You're huge!
Aren't we?
I'm just a normal looking locks is on.
What the fuck is... What the fuck do you want?
I want to come in here on this, but I'm not here.
Doors
You're
locked.
not
You're
here.
in the soup kitchen.
I know. I'm.
You're
I'm,
serving
I'm
soup.
Yes.
Probably as a wolf.
It's a
I imagine.
super
Well,
idea.
yeah. What is me being in there with them?
No,
Oh.
you're it's a soup.
Oh,
a soup.
super idea.
Yeah, it's a soup.
Well, Max is the one to judge a character if it's super effective. So
Hey, Polar Knights, thanks for following. Appreciate you.
it comes with
Guys-
an episode of Free Dog.
I'm sure you can hear your friends in the rooms next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't have to happen. I'm just here to ask you a couple questions.
What the fuck? Then what? Sir, what? Ask, please. Just what? Just.
Okay. You got time.
Do I?
Yeah. As long as I'm here, yeah. I stick around as long as you answer my questions.
Then what do you need to know?
Well, what's your name?
Thrax.
Drax.
Thrax.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Axel. I imagine you pay your taxes on time?
Sure.
Consider yourself a good person?
I mean, I'd like to think I'm doing the right thing. I mean, that's why we're here.
Excellent. I just want to help you keep doing the right thing, alright?
Okay.
Who do you work for?
I work for him.
Who's he?
His hands. I work for him in his hands.
Him in his hands. Who? But I don't know who him is. Whose hands are you looking for?
Ciphers.
Cyphers.
It's the reason why it's the reason why we're here.
It's not a name I'm terribly familiar with. Who's Cypher?
And that'll bring change. And he'll fix everything. They'll fix everything.
Gotcha. Are you just referring to Cypher? Is there some of his friends? Some co-workers?
He and his acolytes. Who else? They fixed me. They'll fix everything.
What's wrong with you?
My head didn't it didn't work. Things were there, but they weren't there to anyone else, just to me. I heard the things. I saw them. They touched me. I could smell their breath. They were real.
It's okay.
They were real, and then
Alright.
and then they came and they weren't real anymore. His hands lifted me and stopped them from hurting me.
Is that the same kind of story with a lot of the people that you were working with?
Of course.
So you're
He's-
saying
he's-
that you were
he's-
damaged and they fixed you.
We were all damaged.
Damaged and okay.
We were all in our own ways, but they fixed us. And all they asked in return was help in bringing he who fixed us back.
Okay. Who is that he who fixed you that needs to come back?
It's Cypher.
Oh, I'm mistaken. Cypher is not like a person. He's something that needs to come back.
He needs to fix everything. Look, do you see outside? You see the dunes, the wasteland, the nothing, the everything that was broken
Yeah, but you caused more breakage in this town when you attacked it.
because we had to. We needed something that brought him back.
You didn't think to ask for it?
It's not something that they would have let us take.
But you didn't try to achieve your goals without breaking things.
We-
You decided to come in and break it anyway.
We tried other things, but nothing worked.
Gotcha.
We tried other powers, other things, other spells and energies, and nothing worked. This was the last thing. We never wanted to. We weren't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
Who made it happen like that?
His name. His name was Willem. Willem. He's his right hand, the one who served for him the longest, the first one he fixed, and came back to fix more.
This villain, he was with you when the town was attacked.
He led the charge.
Okay. Do you know where he is?
After everything, he said he got what we needed, and for us to remain and left.
Okay.
I don't know where he is.
Can I insight that to see if you saw the truth?
Go ahead.
19 on the die, which makes it
He is straight up telling you the truth. He has no fucking idea where this guy is.
okay.
Hmm.
I believe you. I believe you.
Is there anyone that might know where he is?
I mean, maybe, maybe Polis may know.
Paulus. Is Paulus here, or is he someone that also left?
He remained in the city. He mainly spent time underground.
I'm gonna describe to him the person that.
It is straight up him.
Well, he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
What happened? You know what? I don't want to. I just don't.
Wait,
Good idea.
wait, wait.
The guy we
The guy whose jaw you took off by force the previous night, that was him.
What?
Oh,
Don't worry, we'll get to that. Should mention, dwarves are also listening in on this, and you kind of hear from behind the door, well, shit. I don't think General's going to be too happy about this, but what are you going to do?
wait, did we kill that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we killed that one.
Yep.
The guy-
You
Full life consequences at work.
Yep. The guy, again, the guy whose jaw you took off last night isn't one of the only people who knew where the fuck this dude went.
Great.
Oh no, my actions! They have consequences!
Only there was a way
Or
to resurrect him.
that. Well, you had to have been somewhere gathered before, here. Where were you gathering before?
It was finally a small abandoned little hamlet, maybe a few miles out that way. It's easy to miss because there's fuck all there. There's maybe some buildings standing still. Maybe your friends who attacked us last night might have used it as a staging operation for whatever the fuck those flying things were.
Yeah, pretty fast, right?
Please don't. I saw my best friend get his jaw shattered by a dwarven gun. I don't want to. Please just don't.
Well, unfortunately, that's just kind of what happens when, you take over a camp. There are consequences
We were
for these things.
going to fix it as soon as Cypher came. This was to be the first place he healed. He fixed because we had to do it to bring him back, and that as penance we would fix it first.
Okay, I understand. What was he going to do to fix it? Just build more buildings, or was he going to heal the land? Was he going to,
He would do all of those. The life which was gone will come back. The people who we did what we did to would find new life coming from the earth again. They would regrow into new life and be free of it.
Are you talking about like a metaphysical transformation, like a zombie thing?
Metaphysical.
Okay. Had me concerned there for a moment.
Necromancy like that is no. It's wrong in every level. We don't know. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't. He just kind of starts rocking back and forth, just repeating that over and over again.
All right, calm down. Do you need some time? Because the problem is, once I leave, if the dwarves aren't happy with all of our questions, they're gonna come in.
I mean, what else can I tell you?
Well, unfortunately, it's just what Scythe is, but you said you don't know the answer to that.
He's going to fix things.
Yeah, but where is he?
He's not here yet. He needs to be ushered in.
He can't come himself.
How are we gonna usher him?
Willem said he had a plan to do it. There was a way of doing it.
Okay. If I wanted to talk to Willem, is there a way I could reach out to him? Some kind of like.
He talks to us. We don't talk to him.
So how are you connected that he talks to you?
He talked to Polis, and then Polis talked to us.
Alright. I thank you for your time. I will see if I can. If maybe the dwarves are happy with our answers. If they're not, I will try to be the one to come in and talk to you. Okay.
Please be the only one that comes and talks with me. I see him die every time I see dwarves. Please don't make them come back in.
I'll try to make them not come in. Okay.
Please, it's all I
Alright.
ask.
I'm gonna knock on the door to.
It just unlocks and opens up.
I'm gonna walk out.
I love this reply we got. I love this, and the men here, it is like the perfect evolution of beard growth. And I'm just taking notice of that.
Huh.
The men here is like the perfect evolution of beard growth. You got the stubble, you got a little bit there, a little more.
No, I got a full beard now.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that is an interesting coincidence. Anywho.
Yep.
So the dwarf that let you in is just kind of rubbing his chin. I take it you have heard of this cipher before.
Not at all. I have no idea who that is.
Hmm.
I don't think he knows either, though. Really.
Well, that is concerning, considering we still have no fucking idea how these shits got into city and destroyed it.
Well, there was a staging area, and they had help.
Right, but what help?
Demons.
How-
You didn't see us fight one.
We saw some demons, but the question then becomes how the fuck did they get the demons fucking in the city without anyone fucking noticing? That's the question we're trying to answer here.
Ah, very good. You want me to go back and ask him?
If he's up to asking answering questions, sure, why not?
I'm just gonna poke my head in the door. Be like, I got one.
He just straight up like jumps him.
How'd you get the demons in the city?
That was Paul's job.
Was Paul's a job?
He had ways with that. He was strong like that.
Gotcha. All right, thank you.
What? His door shut. He's like,
Remember the guy who I was stepping on yesterday?
yes, we remember him very crucially.
He did it.
Also, he was ringleader.
Yeah.
And I remember something about your large furry friend kind of taking his lower jaw off.
To be fair, the guy was dead anyway, so it was just a matter of time.
We could have maybe healed him a little bit. We do have people who have healing magic. You do know this.
Yeah.
About contacting the dead.
He had like
Ripping his jaw.
a minute.
Killed him.
I'd seen that kind of injury before.
Well, General is not going to be too happy about that, but say love you.
I don't remember ripping his jaw.
You fucking killed him.
Oh, so you just did, okay, you added that, ripping jaw.
I mean, you kind of just like straight up backhanded him, and when you backhanded him, it kind of took the lower part of his face off.
What was the one that didn't die that we,
That was a while ago.
oh, okay.
I think that was on the Earthship.
Can I suggest maybe taking it not so rough on the guys that we got? I don't think whoever's the leader of this, I don't think he's taking people who are helping him willingly. I think he's preying on the mentally ill.
Well, that much is very much clear. I should also mention, we're not causing them to scream. Like, we're not actively hitting.
You're not torturing these people?
I mean, that was the original intention, yes. We are not... I'm not going to bullshit you on this. We had ways of making them talk, not to be cliche. We have way to make them talk. However, as soon as we got in there, some of them just straight up started fucking screaming. We just stepped in door and... Gah! And look, I get you. I am not the most attractive person on the planet, but... Damn, man, that fucking hurts.
You have a naturally intimidating demeanor.
He just straight up looks at you and went, I do not know how to take this, so I will just ignore it. Well, just because I am wearing full-on Stormtrooper gear, you think I am naturally a bad person? No, go fucking the hell.
No, but you could probably, shove you through a wall.
I mean, to be fair, with how frail you look and how weak these walls are, he just kind of flicks a wall and a little bit of the drywall just kind of falls right off. It probably wouldn't be too difficult.
Probably not.
Anyway,
Anyways, you heard that?
we heard a lot. Apparently this Paulus, the dead guy, who your friend had field day with, was the only person who could have maybe answered a lot of our questions, which is unfortunate, but it tells us a couple things. Firstly, these people are not from the north. They're not from beyond the Ukrali, which both answers one question, but also asks quite a few others. I'll inform General of our findings, and we'll get back to you. He will want... You are the outside observers who were brought in by real General Nepalovich, da?
Yeah, well, definitely not a dwarf.
Well, don't know if you were a member of City who just wanted to ask questions as to why, or if you were helpful. But generals will want to speak to you about our effectiveness and hear your reports. I don't know when they will have time. They are currently in the middle of mop-up operation, because of fucking course they are. Have you seen this place? It is not exactly in good shape. So, they will reach out to you and will ask you questions when time comes.
I'll convene with my friends.
Good to know. Please leave this building.
Yep, I'm gonna leave.
Let's head out. Alright.
Well, we got some extra names.
Yep.
No faces to the names, though.
Shall we go to the soup kitchen and pass some time?
Nah, they're busy.
Alright.
Well, they just kind of finished up their shift. Switching to you, you're just kind of walking from the soup kitchen out there. Everyone's already gotten their food, so you're just kind of wandering the cities, or the streets, seeing what's been destroyed, what hasn't been. And you pass by kind of an alleyway that, looking down, you can actually see a straight shot down past the broken walls into the deserts beyond. And you just kind of pause there for a moment, looking out, just lost in your own thought, and kind of off to the side a little bit, just fading rather quickly into view, you just see a obviously smaller version of Fenris just kind of appear looking out along the same lines to the desert.
What happened here? What happened to this world?
I walk up to Fenris. This desert's been here for hundreds of thousands of years.
It actually hasn't.
Oh, how long has it been there?
We'll get to that in a second.
It's been
But-
like this for as long as we've known about it in this area. The only thing that was left was the oasis. And that's gonna be gone now too.
What happened? This... You've seen my memories. This doesn't happen. It doesn't just happen. What caused this?
I don't know, Fenris.
Everyone roll me a knowledge history check.
Ouch.
24.
All right.
37.
Not 20.
You know this as well. This is a really easy thing because it's common knowledge. This is why the deserts exist. About 3,000 years ago, the continent was, as Fenris was describing it, it was actually a lush paradise almost. It was full of just huge plains like the Mongolian steppe, vast forests, and there was actually passage up to the north, which the north back then wasn't hostile. You can tell this was a long fucking time ago. And there was actually a ruling empire along this. No one quite remembers, aside from the dragons, no one quite remembers what race ruled this empire, only that they were benevolent to those who followed the rules, but harsh to the people they conquered at first. And for a long time, this empire endured. It was comfortable. There wasn't really any stagnation, but there was really nothing to worry about. No one quite remembers what it was like, obviously, and no one really remembers many of its laws or how advanced as a civilization it was in terms of technology. But then, and no one, again, outside the dragons can answer this, but the dragons went to war with themselves. And this was bad because right now there's maybe a couple hundred dragons inside the Ukrali just minding their own business. This was thousands upon thousands of dragons fighting each other. So naturally, this caused a lot of chaos and a lot of destruction because we're talking about beings as powerful as dragons and thousands of them fighting each other. This didn't just wreck the continent, it was felt throughout the globe. As in the island kingdoms in Helmisia, off to the east, that's kind of like the Greek islands right now. That used to be a full-on fucking continent, like the size of Australia. And this war between the dragons straight up submerged about 95% of it.
So basically an extinction level event
Basically, and it,
for everyone not ancient dragons.
I mean, life survived, and it created a lot of things. Like a lot of the ancestors, a lot of the people back then actually retreated into the Urkrali, underneath the Urkrali, and remained there for a number of years, and they became the dwarves. The Dragonborn had existed for a little longer between this, but they were also caught in the crossfire of this civil war. They were doing a lot of the fighting as well, and it really destroyed their numbers.
So for sake of like understanding this, was it the chromatic versus the metallic dragons, or was it?
It was largely chromatic and metallic,
Were they
but
fighting each other, or fighting like? Were the metallics fighting amongst like metallics, or was it just straight across those party lines?
it was pretty close to those party lines. Like you had chromatics versus metallics. There were some crossover between the two, but it was largely that divide. And a lot of this was caused by a one little thing called Tiamat. She was very much a part of this fighting. And
they resurrected her.
no, we'll get to this in a second, actually. This is going to play in. But Tiamat and Bahamut, the brother and sister, straight up fought against each other. And Tiamat is still alive. She's just asleep. They figured out, it's like, we can't beat her, we need to put her to sleep. And so Bahamut's, so far as everyone is aware, still around. But after his fight with Tiamat, this dude was not in good shape.
Oh boy. Alright, I will just explain all this to Fenris.
He just kind of shakes his head.
Of course, the dragons. They always seem to be causing some sort of fucking chaos.
You mentioned that we were conquerors. What did we do back then, Fenris? What happened back then?
Gaia needed warriors. She needed fighters. This world was chaos before. There was no firm footing in anything. Life, death, everything you know now was in flux. Magic energies raged throughout the continents, in the oceans, in the airs, in the lands. Gaia came to this world and said no more. But of course, it fought against her. She needed a force to tame it, to bring it to heel. So she created me, and in turn I created you. Your kind, my children.
Was this whole land ours?
Almost. Almost. We extended beyond, to the lands to the south, across the ocean. We fought and fought. Nothing stood against us. Nothing stopped us. But the gods above have a strange sense of humor. They put an end to our conflict by sending in the one force they knew we could not stand against. The dragons themselves. Bahamut and Tiamat, they came. They slew my children by the thousand. And I could not fight them all myself. How I died? No. There was an empire before this. You spoke of them. Apparently they lasted after I was imprisoned. They looked to the north after so long, after we had been brought to heel. I don't know why they did it, but they invited me in. They invited us in. I wanted to be what I was before. I wanted to fight, to conquer. It was my purpose. It was your purpose. And yet we had been reduced to domesticated house plants. I was naive then. This Odin, they called him. Harvey, I think was his real name.
The liar?
No. Odin was a title, not a name. But his tongue was made of almost pure silver. It spoke everything I wanted to hear. And so, I went north with them, hoping for the conquest of all, just even a fraction of what I had. But the dragon's magic was still working, and they locked me away on those fields. It plunged me into a world of darkness. I couldn't see, I couldn't smell, feel, hear. I screamed for what felt like decades.
So they lied about your death. You never died.
I was never supposed to live or die. I was supposed to become something else. But this process was interrupted. And now here I am.
He just spreads his arm.
Here I am, stuck in a domesticated dog. Life is odd, isn't it? First I am a conqueror. Then I am a dog. Then I am a prisoner. And now
He motions to your chest.
that.
A scar.
We both know that's more than just a scar, boy.
But we don't know what put you in me. We don't know what brought me back to life.
That was me. You appeared after so many years and made a deal. Swearing revenge on whoever did this to your home. And I needed a way out. With the connection to the physical world that you had, although slim, I slipped out of my cage into you. And in the process brought you back too. You don't remember?
No.
Apparently there's more than our history you've forgotten, boy. Amusing. I would very much like to see the rest of this world and what's become of it. See what miserable state the dragons are in.
You want revenge against them?
Wouldn't you? You saw your home, your friends, your family burn around you by these people. Imagine if you saw the same, but they were your children. What would you want?
Same thing you do, Ferris. We don't know what attacked my city still. Demonic possession, creatures, not dragons. It looks like we'll have to
Different
investigate more.
enemies, same purpose. Whatever they want, they got. Which means they're confident. And of course, when they're confident, It just makes the hits all the more satisfying.
The old ways of saying blood will be paid in blood.
So you remember that saying? Good. So there is some of the old kind still left in you.
The tree of Gaia will be brought back to life with the blood of our enemies.
The tree of Gaia is not here, boy. It's somewhere else.
No, but in the old sayings they used to say. Back when they used to call ourselves more feral.
Back when you were what I remember you to be. There's apparently much I need to learn still.
And much I need to learn from you.
Careful what you wish for.
And he just vanishes. And as soon as you've finished, you notice these two just kind of standing off to the side,
About to
watching you just kind of have this seeming conversation with yourself.
You right there, Cahal?
I was about to ask if we could see that, but I didn't think so.
Talking to someone.
Yeah. This thing.
Ah, yeah, that thing. The thing I knew nothing about. Anyways,
Why are you talking about that?
Because remember the last few times I've lost myself in rage? That thing, Fenris, that god, now he wants to see what's going on with this world and he wants revenge against the dragons.
that sounds fun. Anyways, I want to take a bet.
And you can take whatever bet you want.
No, I want to take odds with you guys. I got information on the people that attacked the Tan.
Let me guess the guy we killed the other day was important.
That wasn't obvious. Well, he was the ringleader. He brought the demons in. They were talking about a guy by the name of Lord Cypher.
So what's the bet?
Who's Lord Cypher?
Well, we might have to decipher that one.
Good one.
Take
Why
10
Jeff?
points of damage. Fuck you.
I want to make the bet. Lord Cypher is a sleeping demigod. I'm putting 10 gold on it. Who's taking me up on this one?
Do you even have 10 gold?
You know
Kinda
I
what?
don't know. Yeah.
You know what?
It's gonna take a risk.
It's Tiamat. Fuck it, why
You
not?
think Lord Cypher's Tiamat? Alright. We have something more
Well, I mean-
specific.
What kind of demigod? Are we talking about like species or just a
Eh.
demigod in general? And that's kind of like, you know, putting red or black,
Let's say,
Wait, before we proceed with this, tell me about your conversation you had in the prison. What was the guy like? Was he evil?
No, he thought he was a good person. He paid his taxes on time.
Wait, what?
He's also
You mean
mentally
you thought
ill.
He was mentally ill? So they're preying on the deranged and controlling them.
I wouldn't say they're deranged, just playing on the vulnerable. Preying
So,
on the vulnerable.
How did he get this person to join their group?
He made him feel better.
Explain feel better.
According to him, he was fixed. He was
The
broken. And he was
But what was broken?
The guy had
his
hallucinations.
brain.
The guy was experiencing hallucinations. He meets this guy, Willem. Suddenly, he doesn't have these hallucinations, and he is made a deal that can stay as long as he tries to bring back a Lord Cypher.
You said the name was Willem?
Willem.
Willem the villain.
Willem. It's
Willem.
Willem,
Willem.
not
Willem.
Vilm.
Oh, Willem the villain.
Willem.
Okay.
Think
Willem.
Willem Dafoe.
I'm still
Willem.
spelling it wrong.
There we go. Now
Noted.
you spell it right.
Alright,
Autocorrect.
okay,
Stop
so
it.
his name is Willem. Alright.
According to this guy, he's the right hand of whoever the leader is. If it isn't Lord Cypher, and they're just saying like Lord Cypher's the leader, even though he's not there, and it's Willem doing everything. But I think Lord Cypher is a sleeping demigod. You think he's Tiamat? Come on, Einkel, get in on this. 10 gold. You get the pot if you're right.
What if no one's right?
Oh, yeah.
It's
I don't know. I think
It's
you kind of have
split it
the
up,
right
I guess,
idea.
yeah.
I mean, it's either a sleeping demigod or someone from that's locked out of our dimension and in a different dimension. So
Oh, come on, not going to take up on like, oh, he's a necromancer, or
probably I don't know, a dragon in a different dimension.
dragon in a different dimension, alright?
I don't fucking
Did he
know.
mention something about fixing everything they broke since he's a good person?
Yeah.
Oh god, what if these hallucinations they're seeing were planted by this thing controlling them so it can basically create the army? It creates the problem and then offers them a solution to control them.
Are you saying like an Eldritch Horror thing?
Yes. I
Are
mean,
you changing your bet?
Tiamat could still do that.
Probably.
Anything that's very powerful can do that. It could be a mind flare. It could be anything that has a good amount of magical power.
Can't be a beholder.
It could be. It very well could be beholders. But
Beholders
they're-
make whatever
they're,
role they
They're
want.
myth.
Yeah,
They
but I mean, are they that proactive in manipulating things?
no,
into
not
their-
usually. They're usually just they
Right.
only care
Kill
about
the
their
dead.
machinations. If they existed, they're just myth and legend. At least amongst everyone that we know of, the myth and legend.
Come on, Roland. What do you think it is?
I have no guesses.
You have that guess.
guesses. Come on, you gotta have a guess. Gotta make this
Why
part.
don't you just be some
fun.
charismatic dude?
Well,
Some
Charismatic
charismatic
mortal.
dude. All right.
Charismatic
There you go.
mortal.
so since I have
Betting
a
all
plus
against
one
this.
going on here, Fenris, do you want to throw
It's
in on
desert
this?
I'm fine.
All right.
Fenris doesn't have any gold.
I mean, we're sharing a body. He's got my gold.
So you're in for 20.
Only
so
he
you're
said
betting
he's
for two.
fine. He's
Gotcha.
fine. He
Yeah,
said he's
okay.
fine. So he's, yeah.
So when you go to a bar, do you always have to get a double because you're drinking for two?
That's not how this works.
Are you speaking through the scar or are you speaking through me?
I'm speaking in your head. They can't
Oh.
hear. They can't hear Fenris. He's just talking
Oh,
and
he-
he's a peanut gallery right now. I
on,
could
answer
not
the question.
straight up. This was the part I was most excited for with Fenris. It's like, oh god, I get to be Johnny Silverhand in your head.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Oh,
Yeah, Fenris said this is not how this works.
I could have used that as an excuse to get
You're
doubles.
saying you can't get drunk.
Yeah, like a pregnant person.
You want to try Fenris?
I'm pretty sure you can still get drunk.
Well, I can get drunk. Can you get drunk, Fenris?
I'm here in spirit, not physically.
He says
So-
he's in spirit, not physical.
That's disappointing.
Isn't he all spirit?
He used to be physical.
Well, yeah,
Right.
but now isn't he all spirit?
Slap him, please, for the love of me, slap him.
I'm just gonna like use my tail and whack him in the head with my tail.
Good enough.
Hey, it was a legitimate question. Can't even come and fight me himself.
Mid sentence, you hear a Straswitny Dobrushki. You see just a couple dwarves walking in.
Hey, dwarves.
Is this good time? I see you are taking bets?
Yeah.
We're trying
Okay.
to bet who this cipher person is. You want in?
Yeah, thank you. The generals in high command would like to speak with you now about your report and also what happened last night with this what's his fuck?
Paulus.
Yes. So if you would please come with us, the generals are expecting you.
All right.
I'm just gonna pull out the briefcase I have with 300 pages of reports I've written.
You just keep paper on you?
They wanted a report. They wanted a thorough report.
You know,
Yeah,
when
and
were
you
writing
don't
that?
have paper.
transporting paper brings a heavy tax.
God.
It depends on the paper. It depends on the paper.
I need to take samples of the paper. I need to send it to a lab. You might owe a couple gold.
God.
So they do. They walk you through the streets. Again, it's just pretty standard, kind of burned out buildings here and there, until they finally reach what looks to be the dwarf central command on this, and now what's going to be the central command for this annexed region. There's a few extra dwarves just rolling around. You see just what you assume are engineers and artificers off to the side, just doing some maintenance on a couple of the flying machines that they worked on, as well as just planning out on a map, just like something or other.
I can hear it right now. The maintenance is going on.
Yeah. You walk in and it's the old town hall that you helped build. It's just now going to be their command. You do see dwarven colors above them, above the building flying. When you walk in, there's a few what you assume are generals, just kind of hunched over a building, talking just over a map amongst themselves. till one of them notices you.
Straight with me, Domarishki. I understand you are the recommendation of Real General Nipalovich, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Gentlemen, please leave us. So some of the other, what you assume are just aides, just kind of walk out. One of them kind of stretches up. I am Field Marshal Vitaly Visalovich. I am the representative and foremost, designer of the stormtroopers, as they are now being called, you saw last night. Firstly, I want to extend my thanks for you to attend and assist in this operation. It was rather hectic planning this out, especially given such a short time frame. As well, the reconnaissance required was, I will say, stressful.
How long did you guys take to plan this out?
Officially, 2 weeks. But bear in mind, very few of us slept during those 2 weeks. It took constant reconnaissance and mapping, as well as trying to find out where most of these civilians are located so we knew where to not attack. Unfortunately, some still got hit in our crossfire. They are being taken care of as we speak. They are more thankful to be not under the thumb of these invaders than anything else. From what we understand, their occupation was brutal.
That's kind of what I gathered.
We are still unsure as to why or how these individuals got into this city. And I understand one of the only people who could have told us happened to come to an unfortunate end last night. He's looking directly at you.
What are you looking at him for?
Why else? I can almost smell his blood on your hand. Rather, backhand.
Hardly to blame him. I was the one that stopped his breathing.
Oh, so you're both fuck-ups. How wonderful.
That's not fair, because I got the information.
Silence.
I tried to stop him.
Sure. But you didn't.
In any event, I understand you were a founder of this city, duh?
Yes.
Then you should know that whatever, unfortunately, per the orders of the Confederacy, your position in this city, should you had one before, is no longer valid. It is null and void. So if you held position of political office, say mayor,
I
sheriff, this is good news. Then I should also inform you the clan chosen to run this annexation. It is Clan Karamazov.
I don't know who those are.
You do. They are heavy-handed. Like, real heavy-handed.
Clan.
What do you mean by heavy-handed?
As in, you follow their rules, or bad things. Their own clan laws and enforcement of those laws is known even outside of the Confederacy, and it is known to be on the very edge of draconian.
What's their name?
Karamazov.
So what you're saying is are they gonna like start killing my own people?
Yet, we are not in the business of doing that. But your people will need to know you will follow these rules.
What are the rules?
They will be explained further. Whatever laws the clan brings in will be enforced, and they will be enforced under the clan's discretion.
Max, outside of thing, are they like homophobic or anything like that?
That's not really clear. It seems like they just don't. In terms of personal life stuff, they don't really give a fuck. But
So like, what are they exactly then?
just really police statey. Like really heavy-handed police statey. You follow the rules, or if you even step out of line a little bit, you are going to be taken to the side and kicked hard, repeatedly.
So it's Japan.
I would say more kind of Soviet Russia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punishment is harsh. Still stay in line.
the
Mhm.
people of the city are very well behaved, so I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be a problem.
I hope they will be for their own sake. In any event, we will begin by your thoughts on the stormtrooper activities. please begin with what you first of your first impressions.
Very efficient.
I am not reading that. I asked you to begin by saying.
Well, first, let's go through at least the first step of the shock and awe steps that you took. We're gonna go by the flying machines. 34. All right. So
You do not have paper.
Oh come on, Max. I'm military. That's what I be doing. Right.
What time did you have to get paper and start writing stuff? You were
Right.
helping out with the soup kitchen all fucking day.
Yeah, but I still write when I'm in free time.
What free time did you have?
You'd be surprised. Andy draws when you least expect him to.
That's him, not his character.
Yeah, mine.
Anyway.
was Andy. All right.
But no, so going through like the shock and awe technique, now that I know you guys spent 2 weeks planning this out, hundreds of hours of planning, let's just say I haven't seen anything like this in my entire life, and I've been through 7 wars.
This is good to hear.
It's efficient, it's perfect, least amount of casualties, least amount of casualties, least amount of damage to the surrounding area, effectiveness near 100%.
This is good to hear. I appreciate your honesty and your transparency. You,
They were fast.
that was the idea.
If they were any faster, they'd be seeing.
If you are about to make a joke, I will rip out your tongue.
Is it worth it?
If they were. You said that we were here to observe and assist. We were definitely more on the observe side. Anytime we tried to assist, things were taken out before we got the chance.
Preemptive. Good to know. Anything else?
Nah.
Good to know.
Artillery is on point.
It was not actually artillery that was happened. It was planted charges.
That's why it's so accurate.
Yeah. And let me tell you, getting those charges planted without alerting enemy was a fucking pain in the ass. Like, massive pain.
I had a feeling it was more painful for them.
When the time come, yes, absolutely. But that was the idea.
So this training exercise, do you think it'll work in other situations?
That was the plan. Of course, every situation is going to be unique to itself, and every battle will be different, but we formulated these stormtroopers in order to be preemptive in their strikes against enemy lines.
It's perfect.
Perfect, yes. But unfortunately, making them all available so quickly is proving to be difficult. This is only one of a handful of detachments, so using them is more difficult than you would imagine. Knowing and learning when to deploy them has been a challenge of itself. Nice job. And you, whatever the fuck you are.
Just a normal looking Loxodon.
I don't know what that is. What do you think?
Well, like the others have said, very efficient. I appreciate the technology that was on display with the flying machines and the bombings and yeah, pretty good spectacle on top of being.
What were our
Right.
losses?
Surprisingly, we only managed roughly a handful. In terms of wounded, roughly 20. In terms of actual casualties lost, I can count them on one hand. Fortunately, it is a expected thing and they knew what they were signing up for. But the shock and awe definitely cut down on the casualties. Our enemy was too scared and confused to know what hit them before we did.
Perfect. So does this mean High Command's going to give the approval to keep this going?
This was the approval.
Wait, this wasn't a test? This was an actual...
This was a showcase. It was marketed as a test, but that is because prying ears may learn something. The approval for the deployment of the stormtroopers has been given a long time. We just needed a reason to see them in action. And this situation gave us the perfect golden opportunity.
I hope this scares any fucking bastards when I ever hurt these people again.
I hope others see it too. But that is for other people to worry about. In any event, let us now return to the discussion of these people. As I am sure you are now aware, none of them, we are sure, were from the north. So of course this answers the question of how did the northerners get past us? The answer is simple. They did not, because these are not them. Though, unfortunately, this does not answer all questions. In fact, raises other ones. In that, what the fuck are these people? I have already heard from sources your interrogation of these people. Or of that gentleman in our prison, let's call it.
I think I had the only effective interrogation.
You are unfortunate in how accurate you are.
Yeah. I heard how the others went.
Again, we did not hurt them. We
we
just entered the door and they began to scream, which is strange.
Yeah. Anyways, I think they're a cult.
Well, that's obvious.
But what kind of cult is
Called
the
that
question?
preys on the vulnerable and requires a complete dedication to the point of death.
Right.
So a cult.
C cult. We understand. Thank you for your beautiful insight.
Now,
I'm afraid that it could be a little bit more powerful though than that.
Well, one that can summon demons, apparently.
Not just that, but I think that a lot of these mentally ill people they could have been preyed upon because they probably picked these people, put those hallucinations in front of them, and then used that as a way of guiding them into this cult. The other thing that makes sense is you said they were all screaming as soon as they saw the dwarves. They didn't touch them, they didn't terrorize them, which means there's something planted in them to do that.
Not necessarily. I mean, you saw a full stormtrooper kit, did you not? With the gas masks, what we're calling them, as well as the armor and weaponry, no? And these people were plucked out of some of the thickest fighting of seeing their friends die by dwarven hands. It wouldn't, if these people were mentally unstable, it would not be a stretch to think, oh, I just saw these beings kill my friends in front of me hours ago. Fuck this. I understand what you are saying and it is valid, but other things must also be considered. Do you have something to say?
So, they are apparently trying to bring back a Lord Cypher, if you've ever heard the name.
I have not.
Right. No one really has. So, I have a proposition.
I am listening.
Do not
Y'all bet
know.
10 gold on what Lord Cypher is. I think sleeping demigod. We think just a regular charismatic guy.
I think a dragon.
As you were saying that, you just see his eye just start to go.
Come on, 10 gold, you can get in on this. What do you
Gold's
think
like
it
gold, right?
is?
Fenris, please keep me under control.
I'm not going to make any promises. Because trust me, I want to hit him too. I don't know what this thing dwarf is, but I empathize with him right now more than I could anything else. Who are you talking to?
I'm not talking out loud. I'm speaking in my head.
Fair enough. Right. Here is my proposition. The four of you return to Kudai and report back to Rear General Nepalovich. I will send word to him before you arrive to get in touch with the Academia of Kudai. If anyone is to know or learn anything, it is going to be through them. As well, the General does have contacts within Academia who can help.
Speaking of which, do you have any type of flyers for this event? Something that you can market it to others who might want it to stir up trouble.
Word will reach the settlements soon of this assault. Trust me. We are already well aware of how effective this is going to be. And the whole purpose was to spread word of how effective this was going to be.
Well, we want to do a counter-propaganda campaign as soon as we can. So this is perfect.
That is the intention.
So can I ask you a few names and tell me if you heard of them?
Why not?
Alright, Willem.
No idea.
I mean, it's a common name, I didn't think so. Polis.
No idea.
Alright. Christoph.
There's like 50 Kristoffs in Iron Mountain.
Yeah,
That I know of. There's
I need
probably
the
even
last name,
fucking...
Unfortunately.
That would certainly fucking
Those
help.
names have nothing in common with each other.
You're right.
Was that a test?
No, they're just names that I heard talking to people and interrogation.
So they're from everywhere.
A little bit. Zenitor.
Oh fuck. That's an infernal name.
Is it?
No, not in this world.
No.
It's just a fucking name. I mean, it sounds like maybe a beholder I heard about in a story once, but yeah, no, not person named it.
Oh yeah, Xenophil, yeah.
Oh yeah, Zenithal, the crazy beholder that loved a goldfish.
Yes.
The
yeah.
fuck is, I never knew what the fuck a goldfish was. Anyway. Yeah, are there any other names?
That's the names that I got. Some of these came from just talking to the people and names I overheard. 2 of them were from, 3 of them were from the interrogation.
Interesting.
On the comment of scaring them off, though, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to scare them off. They think they're doing the right thing.
Great. Well, yeah, because you mentioned something about they think that their little god they're trying to bring back and fix all of the damage they've done. Did he say anything else, like that they're going to like try to repair the damage they did?
Well, they're going
We
to
already
repair
know
the
that.
whole world, as they said. They said they're just going to fix the whole world.
Yeah, well, fix
Whatever
is
that
a very
means.
ominous word
Yes.
if you ask me.
On another topic, I am sorry to interrupt this interesting conversation. But I also learned on your flight over to this area there was a bit of commotion on your travels. Could you please expand on this?
There's an assassin.
A monk assassin.
A monk assassin. And do you know where this monk came from?
You didn't kill. You're amongst
Apparent-
friends.
Apparently,
Byzantium.
Byzantium.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's the monastery.
I am familiar with Byzantium. It is closer to Dragonborn territory than to us, but it has had a colorful history.
Yeah, and you want to explain that you were kicked out because a new order took over?
Wait, you are from Byzantium?
I was originally from Byzantium. I was exiled, but this all happened before things changed, or at least
Changed or came too late? Because it seems like a monk assassin from your monastery does not get trained quickly to sneak aboard one of our vessels and murder someone.
How long ago were you exiled?
it's only been at least a few years.
That's a blink of an eye for Lexicon, though.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
to us, I'm 300 years old.
and I'm 60.
So, of those 60 years, how many years?
I mean, for up until newcomers drove me out, and everything was relatively peaceful. We just dealt with neighboring villages and towns and bartered and trade and focused on self-improvement, meditation, and
How many years ago, though, has it been?
it's only been at least just a few years since I was driven out for.
Right, it
This
doesn't make sense.
This tells me that this assassin was probably trained long before you were exiled and just waiting to be activated. Because again, a specialty training like this does not come in a couple years. It comes after.
I was not part of the higher echelon as you might think.
I am not assuming you were. I was just
Being that
mainly.
I wasn't human. I imagine that's why they kept me away from them.
Xenophobia is hell of a drug. But I have learned more about the individual that was killed, and it concerns me. This gentleman was a supplier of Iron Mountain, specifically in the construction and parts for certain artillery for Dwarven kind. And was just signed an agreement with us for a new kind of artillery.
Need to know?
Need to know.
Big. Got it. So, we have an enemy that attacked him and attacked us.
Well, technically we attacked him.
We didn't attack the man.
They didn't attack us.
No, the assassin killed their supplier.
Yeah,
Their
we
engineer.
attacked him.
Huh?
He didn't attack us.
Right, but I'm saying that because we're with the Dwarven Kingdom, an attack against one is an attack against all. And if the dwarves are working on something important, I can only assume something with my other workings with them.
Did,
This is bad. So who knows of this project?
I am not at liberty to say.
You might. Well, you already know then.
Well, of course I know. But
No, meant
I am
like
not.
There's a rat.
Most likely there is a rat, and there is also most likely someone who is looking to undercut us and maybe even promote other buyers and suppliers. Not going to lie, this is going to be. It was perfect time for them to strike in for a bidding war for suppliers to come in.
What's your orders?
Hmm?
What are your orders, sir?
You have already heard my suggestion, and I am not going to give you orders because you are not dwarven. Therefore, I have no jurisdiction over you. But I have made my suggestion clear to at least head back to Kudai. What you do there is up to you. I do not give a fuck. I must return to Iron Mountain.
Safe travels.
You do the same. Now get out of this fucking city. Please.
We're gonna leave.
Okay.
Hope you're not trying to get me to follow orders from an empire I'm not a part of.
No, I have fought with him for years, so.
Yeah, but we're kind of sticking together, but
Yeah.
don't get me roped into the military.
Oh, you're already kind of stuck with that. We're in the middle of an escalating war right now.
Yeah, now's not the time for armies.
Now let's just hope it doesn't get worse. If they're working on artillery, though, I'm pretty sure it's going to probably be of a level city.
To be fair, the dwarves have always been working on artillery. It's kind of been their thing.
I'm just thinking they're making a nuke.
No.
Aw, killing fun.
No, we're not at that level of war crime yet.
Dwarf-sized munitions.
We'll start with the fat man.
Hey
and
now,
work away from there.
nukes are no longer a war crime thanks to Trump and all the fascists that took over.
I am
Europe.
not going to say this again. Moratorium on politics.
Yep.
Say it again, leave this table.
Totally war crime.
Anyway. So,
How shall we
How,
proceed?
how are we getting back to Kudai?
That's a good question.
We have the airships waiting.
yeah, you can probably talk your way onto one of them and maybe not have such an eventful flight again.
Well, we need to find the Palovich.
I mean, he's back in Kudai.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
already in Kudai.
Yeah, you met him in Kudai.
Right.
I thought he was here with us. I'm
No,
sorry for that.
he's part of a diplomatic effort in Kudai right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the guys trying to prevent a war. And needless to say, he is fucking stressed.
Yeah.
Right, let's go see if we can get on the airship then.
To the airship.
Okay, you kind of ask around to some of the dwarven guards, and there's like, oh yeah, go that way, get back on train, go to airfield, they'll take you back. And sure enough, after a few hours of waiting around, finally do get back to the airship, and it's not as busy as it was before. There are some airships still around, but there's no clear sign of where to go or what to do.
Does anyone look like an officer?
There are a few people like in military garb around.
Excuse me,
so-
officer. Randy's going back to Kudai.
There is one coming in which will head to Kudai in about 3 to 4 hours away.
All right.
Perfect. I'm taking a rest.
We'll
Uh,
happen to be able to get on that one. We
As
have
I say.
extremely important information for General Napalovich.
Do you have signed orders saying you do?
Now, we probably should have got that. Unfortunately, no.
What? Who the fuck are you
It's
people?
Becca Kuda.
Good to know. Who are you people again?
We don't.
I'm Cahal Blackman. I'm with Napolovich.
Oh, you were the people brought in to observe the latest operation. Duh?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. To and from operation. Yeah. Don't worry. You'll have passage. But this will not happen again, unless you have express orders.
Yeah. We know. Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
Okay. If you would like, there is a waiting stools over there. It's just like a straight up cliff face with some rock on it that you can sit on. And in terms of food, fuck you. So have a good one. There will be food on the ship. Just for reference, I haven't eaten in about 2 days, so there's just no fucking food here.
Can I give him an apple?
Yeah.
You don't? Do you have apples?
Yes, I want a bunch of apples.
I have
apples too.
Dude, this was about a week ago.
Hey, we have a bag of holding, okay?
Apples
And-
best.
Yeah, and
And-
that lasts a while.
And a bag of holding prevents shit from rotting? All it is just a big ass fucking bag.
Yes, it stops time. It's time and space.
That's why you can't put
No,
people
it
in
isn't.
It's
It is not time and space. It is just space.
Well, space is a concept of time, so infinite space
No.
equals
I'm
infinite
not gonna
time.
argue your way into this. Give him the green apple.
We have a bunch of
If
apples.
it's
and
infinite
there's-
space and I put the bag on my head, does that mean that the sounds disperse and I can no longer hear this argument?
Actually, yes.
I will allow it, yes.
I'll allow it.
Okay, you just kind of toss him an apple. He's just like, what is this?
It's an apple.
What is an
Edible.
apple?
It's edible. You eat it.
It's food.
What does it taste like?
Tastes
Sweet
like
apple.
apples.
It tastes sweet.
And yet, what is apple?
Tastes like fruit.
What is a fruit?
Eat it and find out.
Huh. This... The fuck?
Don't eat the middle.
Why?
It's a core.
That part's
It's just
better.
a seed. It's a big seed.
And don't eat the stem either.
You are saying very confusing things, but okay, whatever. Just walks off.
Wait. I'm gonna hand him because I made a hard apple cider, so I'm gonna
It just-
hand him that.
Reminded me, apparently in Old English, meat didn't specifically
This
mean...
does not taste like alcohol. What is this?
It is very alcoholic. And
No, it does
tart.
not. This is light.
Uh-huh.
No, please. Nana could make something better than this.
Good luck in 15 minutes.
Okay.
No, they can drink quite a bit. He'll be fine.
About half an hour later, he just comes back up. I didn't feel a fucking thing. Fuck you.
Exactly.
Just walks off again.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
sorry, I'm a small person.
So, after a few hours, the airship does arrive.
Gesundheit.
Excuse you.
Are you done?
Yes.
After a few hours, the airship does arrive. You're ushered on. It's really similar to the one you were on before, minus the assassin.
I'm falling asleep.
And sure enough, after a couple days, there's no events aside from just boring ass food and the same few dunes over and over again. Aside from the colorful ones that you saw before. Still really beautiful.
Can I take this time in like I say comatose state, sleeping to catch up with Fenris?
Was anything more
He's
catch up?
not really in the mood to talk right now. There's a lot he's processing as well. So every time you try, he's like,
I was just gonna give him one of the mill. Have him take control of my body then.
he's not in the mood. And he doesn't really know how at this point.
Mm.
And you have a feeling if he tries to, it might end bad.
No, I'm slightly scared.
Oh, I mean bad for him.
Right.
Not for the rest of you, for him. So finally,
Sleep's well
Back to
prepared.
Kudai.
you are now officially back in town, and you are still without a home.
We didn't get paid for that either.
We forgot to ask for money.
We'll get it from Napalovich.
Yeah.
Is it like end of the day or is it
It's pretty late in the day, yeah.
pretty late?
We'll be going back to Kudai eventually.
We're here. We just got here.
Yes.
Not,
landed.
not Kudai, I'm sorry, Hidden Waters.
Let's go get an in room. I'm gonna go to not the inn we stayed at before.
Why? What happened? I forgot.
Or,
I don't like the place.
Dude was kind of an asshole.
I liked him.
Alright,
It's up to you.
I'm walking into a different inn.
different end.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going? Need a full, what, 2 in rooms? 2 and 2?
Sure, but I'm gonna go see Napolovich, so.
Well, he's probably asleep. 2 in rooms.
How many beds?
4 total. 2
Two.
and 2.
2 beds, 2 rooms. Sure, okay. How much you want to pay?
5 gold.
No,
6 gold.
no,
7 gold.
no.
10 gold.
Okay, that works.
Alright,
That's a
here's 10
lot.
gold.
And how long are you going to be staying here?
One night.
Only 1 night?
Indefinitely.
No, he said 1 night, so only 1 night.
You son of a bitch.
Do you guys even talk to each other about what your plans are before you even come in? You know what? Don't care.
Yes, but
Sometimes.
You said yes, but, so yes, we try to, but no, it never happens.
no plan apparently survives contact with the merchant.
That's a good way of looking at it. And also, talk more thoroughly before you come talk to me again. Your bedrooms are upstairs. Just ask me if you need any more blankets or less blankets. It's fucking hot out. You're welcome to the bar and restaurants. If you can afford anything fucking in there, good on you. You shouldn't be here anyway.
Alright.
Is there anything else I can do for you fucking schmucks?
Now we're good.
Alright.
Night.
Good night. Get the fuck out of here.
Going to the room.
It is a straight up room.
You're paying for the next rooms.
I'm going to Napolovich tomorrow because he'll probably have
Well,
free
we're all going to
lodging for
college
us.
tomorrow.
That's fine. He's probably asleep right now. I would be.
He said tomorrow.
Oh, he's gonna be asleep during the day. He's a dwarf. They're usually more active at night.
We'll wake him up.
No, he's. I mean, when you went to visit him, he was pretty active, and it was mid afternoon.
Yeah. Next day.
Wake up in the morning, 10 gold pour, and no in room.
All right. Well, let's go to Napolovich and film in and see and ask him about getting paid too.
Okay. So you go to the Dwarven Embassy. Start with me. How can we help you?
I'm Kahal Blackman with my group here. We're here to see Napolovich.
Do you have meeting?
Yes, it was to come back after we,
Have you received official summon?
yes. We're supposed to report back to him after our
Let me try this again. Do you have something physical you can show me to prove this?
No, I have that paper, Max.
We're never given a paper.
We were
No,
never given that.
before.
Can I, go to reach behind me and minor illusion a paper into my hand?
As soon as you start doing that, you just kind of hear a few guns click. You will want to move very slowly and very carefully, friend.
I'm just grabbing a paper.
All right. I
Alright,
see the
yes.
paper.
Minor illusion.
Slide a hand check.
Oh, goody. My best skill.
The trouble we have to go through.
Is that sarcastic best?
Yes. I am a warlock.
Yeah.
17.
Fuck it all out.
This is the paper.
Let me see. This is very strange handwriting. You are sure Dwarf wrote this?
Yeah.
Who else would write it?
Who else would write it?
Yeah.
I have seen attempted dwarf handwritings before, and hey, this is, my friend, this is not good.
We just came from the field. I'd say they were a little, sleep deprived.
Normally out in field they are pretty well rested, especially for operations. In here it's a fucking shit show, let me tell you.
With special operations, they got very little sleep on their recon.
I can believe that. What a specialist group are we talking here?
Stormtroopers.
What the fuck are those?
Word hasn't reached yet.
Exactly. That type of special operation.
Don't talk about the stuff without the phone.
But that's why, yeah. That's
Wasn't
so-
that the whole point? You wanted word to spread.
Yes,
Yeah.
but word hasn't reached here yet.
Yeah.
It's a few hundred, if not maybe 1,000 miles away. So word will spread.
You know the town of Hidden Waters?
No,
No.
Oh, well, you know there was a town that was attacked?
this is the same as a few other towns. So
Yeah, it was
you are really not narrowing it down.
There was a town that was attacked a while ago. It was
Okay.
quite a while ago.
Axel.
Okay.
Axel.
And we took it back.
Oh, that's quite interesting. I guess that's kind of makes sense. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion or deception?
You know, deception.
That's a 14.
Are they
He's a
both-
little skeptical. You can tell. It's like, you know what? I'm not paid enough for this shit. All right, if this is anything wrong, I'll just let General deal with it. His fury is well past my own.
There you go.
All right, let the fucks in. Okay, so you walk in, and it is still a shit show, but you notice something interesting in that. Normally, the last time there was a lot of like papers scattered about everywhere. A lot of people writing stuff down. It's chaotic right now, and more. It appears people are putting things away, like they're just trying to get stuff organized and crammed in. It's a different chaos and very odd. You finally get led to Napolevich's office. Someone knocks in. Duh! What?
Hey, General.
What the fuck are you doing here?
We came back.
You didn't let me know that you were back in the city? Like you didn't...
We're trying to, but
This is us letting you know.
Right now.
Right now... yes, fucking... Of all the fucking... Alright, cool.
Let's help you out first before we give you a debrief.
There's-
You need
there's-
a lot of help.
There's nothing you can do for me in this situation. We are packing and leaving.
Where are you leaving to?
I am returning to Iron Mountain. This is... I see your shock. Do not worry. This is something the Confederacy has been employing to prevent overwork, especially in this crisis situation where different teams of diplomats get cycled in and out, offering different perspectives and letting others get some much needed fucking rest.
Gotcha, so we come with.
No. Right now, Iron Mountain is closed to non-dwarves. For understandable reasons.
Yeah, even me won't be able to get in.
Nope, none of you fucking will.
Yep.
So, with that being said, I only have a few days left here.
Want us to come back to debrief you, or just get it over with
Just
now?
get it fucking over with. I have like 8 other things I need to do, so please just tell me what the fuck is
So
going.
we took back the city.
This does not surprise me.
Yeah, the stormtroopers were amazing.
Is that what they call themselves?
Yes.
Huh, nice.
The
Good name. I like this name.
what clan was it that's taking the city and
Got it.
control?
Karasimov.
Yep.
The Karasimov city's taking it back.
Oh shit.
And they kicked me out of my city after we took it back.
It's probably not that they kicked you out. It's more they recognize you have work to do elsewhere, so they told you to get off your fucking ass and do
Yeah.
it. That's what I would assume, especially with General Vasilov.
Yeah, so other than that,
He's brusque, but he's fair, especially with an operation. He's managing a new type of soldier, so I can understand he's busy enough to tell you to get out in order to get your fucking job done.
yeah, the other thing is we now have a little bit more information about Cypher.
Who?
He's the one that's controlling the Hands Will Rise Again cult.
Lord Cypher, we think, is just a name that they've applied to something.
Who is they?
The group. They
What?
don't
The
have a
one
name
that
really.
took over the city, the one that's controlling a lot of the things we've been seeing around Kudai and other cities.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. So, Cypher, you said this name was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We-
that's the only name you have. You do not have the name of this group that is working with
Yes,
Cypher.
the group is called the Higher Hand.
That was just a gang. I
Yeah.
don't think that's the overarching group.
I'm sorry, the Hands. His Hands Will Rise Again, but it's the Hands is the name. Anything with the name Hands in it's part of this group. Higher Hands, etc.
And that's strange because there's a establishment in the Red Light District called the Velvet Hands, and they mainly specialize in a certain thing they do with their hands for people.
Maybe
I
that-
don't want to know.
I
Maybe that
don't
one
know
doesn't-
if they're not. I don't know if they're connected.
That might be
You
the
know what?
exception.
Let's just
Let's drop
let's
that
put a
one.
pin on that one. Other than that,
If you insist.
but that being said, though, they're preying on mentally ill people. I have a feeling that they're implanting hallucinations to then control people later. But that's just my
One way or
thoughts.
another, they're manipulating people and in a vulnerable state to do their bidding
and make it think that they're doing the right thing.
with a promise of a better world a broken world that's going to be fixed.
The big question is, who is Lord Cypher? Because what I'm getting is that he's not someone that exists right now, but a being that has to be brought back. Because the main goal was to bring him back. So, for 10 gold, you can get it on the pot.
I'm going to ask you to this once, and I will only ask it once. Do not fucking start with me. I have so much stress right now. Do you think I want to start gambling?
Well, I mean, it's a one-time thing.
I'll
You have to
punch
be a
you.
long time
That's
down the road.
Please do. So, we have a name, Cypher. How is it spelled?
I was spelling it C-Y-P-H-E-R.
I was spelling it S-Y-P-H-O-R.
CH.
I don't think that's correct.
Oh, this is so much better than I can anticipate. 3 different spellings for the same fucking name. Oh, so good. No, none of you are.
How do you spell it, Matt?
I'm not saying it right now. That's for later.
Roland, do you have an
Is
idea?
it P-S-I?
I was thinking like Final Fantasy VIII.
Are we playing,
That's where your bet should have been.
Who wants to buy a ball?
Cypher?
Yeah, how do you spell it?
Axel, how do you spell it?
Because
How do you
again,
spell it?
4 people, 4 different spellings of the same fucking name. This is
game.
beautiful.
Oh, S-Y-F-O-F-E-R. Oh, okay. That's what you're spelling is?
P-S-I-F-E-R. There we go.
Oh, it's SEI. There we go.
That's it.
That's what I was thinking of.
S-C-I?
Final Fantasy VIII character.
Oh, Cypher.
Oh my god.
Sephiroth?
Oh, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful in every stupid way. Anyway.
No,
Hey,
Ross,
no gave me the spelling.
No. Stop. Anyway. Do you have any other names?
Yeah. We got a
Oh,
Paulus.
let me stop and clarify. Do we have any names full? Like full names? First and last. Not just first.
No.
No.
So essentially all those names you have are fucking useless.
That ain't useless.
The other thing too is the
Okay,
names-
what's one name?
Paulus.
I know about 16 Pauluses here.
that one
Well,
that
we know
sounded-
who he is. He's dead.
Then how is this name fuck? You know what?
We know who it is.
How about that
That's
one that
so
sounded-
helpful. In every way, it is not.
How about that one that sounded mythical?
Right. The Zenitar.
Oh, like my neighbor Zenitar and his son Zenitar Jr. and their
Oh.
cousin Zenitar the 48th.
I think we should investigate all of them just in case.
Okay, give me a last name and I'll send someone to their fucking address.
It's Zenitar.
Mario,
We
Mario.
got the last
Mario
name.
Mario. Oh, yes.
Anyway,
Again, like with the general back and Hidden Waters, his eye is switching, but you also see like a vein start to really pulse on his temples. Like,
Alright.
I'm just gonna put my giant paw on top of Axel and just kind of push him down.
Taking one step to the left.
Nope. That,
why do you let him talk?
He is a warlock and he's charismatic, but sometimes
This
his
does
mouth-
not answer my question.
It's better than when we let the Loxodon talk.
That is
Because
true.
because they were. They
No,
had
the
the
last
same
time we let the
question about me.
Loxodon talk, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway, the one thing we do know is that this group isn't from the north, and that it's comprised of every different type of species and race.
this is unfortunate news.
It's probably a cult.
Well, we know it's a cult.
It's most definitely a cult. Like, what is the characteristics of a cult? A religious belief in something, a leader who is good at manipulating, and people who will blindly follow.
Thinking of doing the greater good.
That too. So, by this definition, what is this thing? A cult.
Cult.
A book club.
Hit him. Please hit him.
Do not hit me.
Trunk
I'm
slap.
just gonna push him back down some more.
Does a 20 hit you?
Alright.
I'm gonna silvery barbs that.
Go ahead.
Roll at disadvantage.
16.
That hits.
That meets.
It hits.
Yep. Meets or exceeds.
Meets or exceeds, okay.
Roll for damage.
Oh, okay.
Send him out the door.
Basically unarmed strike, so, the trunk instead of 6 damage.
Alright, cool.
With
I can
the natural
I can, if I want to, hellish rebuke that, right?
By all means.
I'm going to no. I'm stopping this right now, and
You're
I
gonna stand
am
between us
grabbing.
with
I don't
hands up.
want to,
No,
but
I am grabbing Axel, and I'm just going to throw him out the door for now, and then we're going to continue this. All right.
The general's just like uncorking a flask and just pouring himself a drink. He's like,
Anyway,
I said nothing about-
3 months ago, this would have been a really stressful time. Now I'm just going here. This is Tuesday.
Anyway,
It's the Three
so
Stooges.
that's basically everything we got, and the word's going to be spreading fast about the results. So hopefully, anyone who's trying to attack us in the future will be thinking twice. Also, one of your late engineers for a project was murdered on the airship we were on.
Great. This is good. Thank you for letting me know. I will read the reports back at Iron Mountain. And, friend, I have to ask you, do you think this operation was for your enemies who attacked in...
No, this is to show the world.
It wasn't to show the world. It was to show the lion.
That's pretty worldly.
Because I've seen the prototypes of the flying machines, the copters as they're called. Those were specially made to get to the plateaus the Dragonborn have their villages on. This was to show the lion we mean business.
So he moves, we do this. It's escalating.
Yeah. That was the purpose. And I give it a few days before the lion hears about this.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to show whose dick is bigger and see where if it just keeps everything at a standstill.
I doubt it will. It just shows that we're also capable of doing this. The Dragonborn have yet to show their full hand. We don't know what they are playing with. And especially with the lion's whereabouts still being unknown, it is hard to say.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't hit. Let's just hope, but hope is for the weak. That if the lion does make a strike, it is not against the dwarves or any innocents, but against a mutual enemy that we're falling into right now.
We will see. The lion's mind is labyrinthian. It is hard to say what he is thinking.
Keeping you cat me out of the bag.
The tabaxi would be out of it.
What is the tabaxi?
Tabaxi's a cat race.
Huh.
They don't transform like us. They're just always cat.
So if...
You are not a tabaxi.
Anyway,
Shit.
this is good to know. So your effort should, I assume, now be focused on finding out this cipher, no?
Let's go.
Yep. First, gotta figure out how to spell it.
Yes.
There's about 14 different ways I can think of spelling it. I will send them all off to my friends at the Royal College.
Oh, good. As long as we don't have to do the work.
And after you about how you can get into the book club, that'd be appreciated. Maybe try to spy on them.
Why would you want... You know what, I don't care.
I mean, if they know how you can contact the cult.
I think we'll be able to soon enough.
We will find out. You may also want to, since this is cult, perhaps your contacts at the Sunlight Clerics may know more.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Unfortunately, this is where my helpfulness ends, my friends. And I must ask you to leave because, again, I have like 8 fucking things I need to do in about 2 minutes ago. So,
Yeah, let's take just a handful.
I have had them full since I arrived in Kudere.
Okay.
There is no luck, there is only pain.
Good to see you,
Good
my
pain
friend.
with
Good.
Safe travels back to Iron Mountain.
And safe travels with you, my friend, in dealing with whatever the fuck this is. Gods know we will need it for... I fear the worst is yet to come.
Right, off to the Sunlight Clerics.
Gee, in my head, you hear that, Fenris? Looks like we're gonna have more of a chance for you to fight.
We will see,
Wait,
boy.
Phil.
Yes.
Did you actually hit me?
What?
Did you actually hit me?
Yes, his
No,
trunk
I didn't
smacked
hit you.
you.
Why would you think that?
Oh, you guessed it by my own friends.
Yes, his trunk hit you, and it was glorious, and yeah.
So you get outside and you start walking, and all of a sudden you just hear, "Excuse me! Hey, excuse me! Excuse me!" And you just see this. He's a parcel carrier. He's a runner, just running up to you, kind of gets you, puts his hands on his knees, just. Sorry, just been looking for you guys for a little while now. Whew, it's hot. It's so fucking hot. I was asked to deliver this letter to you guys.
To anyone in particular, or just us guys?
Just you
Can I
guys.
investigation check to make sure it's not trapped with poison or a bomb or anything?
It is just a straight up, like,
Too flat.
two flat roll of paper. Or, like,
Okay.
full
Too
of piece
flat
of
for
paper.
that.
I mean, you could easily put ice in it and make it flat.
It's not gonna be a curse.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you. I gotta go. Fuck me, it's hot. He just runs off again.
All right, that was random. What's the letter say?
You look like shit, like you want like a present that you're about to open before Perry opens
It just sounds like fucking wobbly paper.
I'm gonna open this.
Extra
Okay.
careful, are we?
I was excited for what it was.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as you start reading, you know exactly who it's from because you read it in his voice. Hi, sweeties.
I'm not reading this here. You can read it. I don't want any part of that.
Hi,
It's
sweeties.
got the hearts on the eyes.
I've come across some interesting characters and some interesting information that I just have such a feeling all of you would die to know about. Die is not underlined, it's just dying, like just all that. If you would, at your earliest convenience, please find your way over to the Velvet Gentleman, and I feel we will be able to find a mutual benefit to all of this. Sooner the better, but take your time. Just make it soon. Anyway, Exa Tatty Bye, XOXO J.
Okay, let's go.
All right, yeah, no stuffy clerics. Let's go to the Velvet
There's
Gentleman.
another thing too, is he might actually be able to get us in with this cult so we can investigate it from the inside.
Maybe I really don't want to deal with that.
Oh,
Yeah. You know you love him. You know you love him.
I
Let's go.
really don't.
Good. I'm just gonna pick up Axel with a scruff like a puppy and take him with
And you're
us.
coming with us.
Oh my god. Do I have to do the talking?
Maybe.
No, we'll do the talking.
No, he will do the talking.
Oh.
Can you put me down?
Okay, we're in the bar in the area.
So it is very much so red light adjacent. It is really opulent. It is brightly colored. It smells like fucking all over the place in a good way. Not like shit smell, but it's just like, oh wow, that's really pleasant.
I smell semen.
No, there's no semen here. Again, it's red light adjacent. It's not full on red light.
We're not near a dock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It smells like booze and sailors.
Good one, Andy.
I hate you all. I hate you all so
Oh,
much.
that was really clever.
It was. I still hate you. You also ask around like where the Velvet Gentleman is, and you get to a kind of nicer, I shouldn't say nice, but a really nice establishment. It's made out of white marble on the facade. It's multi-storied. It has some colorful flags draped about it, and you just walk in, and it appears to just be a normal high-end restaurant / cafe. People are just kind of lounging on couches at tables, eating, laughing, drinking. You get the sense that this is very much so upper class. So,
Jay?
kind of a bouncer, or I shouldn't say bouncer, but a attendant, I guess is the best word for him, just walks up. Hey, can I help you, gentlemen? You looking for anything?
Yes, we're looking for someone actually.
Who'd that be?
What's Jay's full name?
What was his name?
I did not care to write it down.
I don't have the list.
Johannes Rivers.
Johannes Rivers.
Johannes? Oh,
Oh crap, I did write his name down. Somebody typed that in my phone. It wasn't me.
Sure. Why not? Johan. Oh, you mean the new part owner of the place? Okay. What are your names?
Cahal Blackmane.
Ironkel.
Ted.
Oh, you're Axel, ain't you?
Yes, he's Axel.
Yeah, he's been expecting you guys. Sent like a letter a couple days ago. All right. If you just want to follow me, he's been expecting.
On the off chance, can I desperately look around the bar for a contact I might recognize?
By all means.
20 investigation?
No.
22.
No.
Damn it.
That's a hard no.
Okay, he kind of leads you up a staircase and towards the back of the establishment. It's much nicer on this level and kind of a little less lit, but it's also it's lit but in like a purple hue for whatever reason. Yeah. And he leads you to like one of the back corners and you see Johannes in just glorious fashion, just kind of sprawled out on a couch, just swirling a glass of wine, talking and laughing and stuff. And he just looked up like, "Oh, hi, sweeties. I see you got my letter."
I did. I
Hello.
love the puppy dog too. He didn't want to come.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, sweetie. I am so sorry that they brought you here.
I know, I am too.
Why? I've not done anything to you. Unless you want me to.
No.
Are you afraid you might
Such
like
a
it?
shame.
No, I think my wife would be very upset.
I could
Your
have helped
wife?
with that. Oh well.
I only
You
talk
can
about
send
it
out
every
multiple
day.
times.
Wait, what happened to the memory of an elephant?
In memory of an elephant if he wasn't an idiot. Oh, sweetie, that's unfortunate. I think I might have been able to help, but oh well.
But for
Didn't
your,
help, dude.
for your sheer amusement, OJ, we're gonna have Ian Kell do all the talking.
Oh, sweetie, you brought such delicious treats. But I'm not really the one who's going to be doing the talking today. It would be my associate right here. And he just gestures over to someone sitting at kind of diagonal from him, and he just kind of looks up. And this is a fairly well-built dude. And also really, like, actively, ruggedly handsome. And he does have a bit of a scar across his face. He's built. You can't really see the color of his skin, but he has kind of longish, dark hair. Probably about down to here, style backwards. He's wearing I wouldn't say revealing robe, but it's a very comfortable, light robe.
I am some.
Please don't call me that.
What shall we call you then? Friend?
Call me by my name, Zandu,
Zandu.
with an X.
How many ways can you spell that?
Correct it to Xanadu. Okay.
What?
At Xanadu, the Kubla Khan did decree a stately pleasure dome. Anyway,
Yeah.
Just for good measure, you got a last name.
never needed one.
First time we get get a last name.
Why is that? You know what? I don't
Never,
care.
Never, yeah.
It appears to be a running joke.
And now you're on, and I'm very sorry.
Trust me, there's not many Zandus.
So you wanted to talk to us about...
Well, I wanted to talk to someone about something, and your friend here recommended you, apparently. I do have some favors I need to ask, and I was hoping you could possibly help me out. Kind of been sent ahead by an associate of mine. He asked a favor of me, and I don't like owing favors, to come down and gather some information on some people here just to help him out. Looking for any information you can acquire on the guild families on the council for Kudai.
Already know one.
I'm sorry. That seems extremely suspicious.
I understand that this is an odd position to put you in. I will say you will be compensated generously.
Well, it would be nice to get paid for some of the jobs we've been doing.
Yeah.
Since we forgot to ask the Palkovich for some compensation earlier.
Favor for a favor, don't worry, we'll most likely get our reward from them.
Why were you speaking with the general? You know what? That's not my concern right now.
Me and the general are old friends.
But he said about paying you. But you know what? I won't pry too much. I'm asking you to do some prying, so I
Yeah.
will not pry into you.
So, these families, we already know one so far, but we do wanna know before we stick our feet in this.
What information are they looking for?
For starters, why are they fighting? Like what their internal workings, who the important people are, why they're doing what they do, what the power dynamic within the families are, and on the council would be great.
So you're trying to get in with the council then?
Or your
Or your friend, your associate you're working with?
It's more he needs to know about them in order to do something. I'm not really much at liberty to say at the moment. It's mainly officially I'm not here kind of thing.
Can I insight this?
Go ahead.
2.
Well,
You don't feel jack shit.
Okay.
anyone else can do that?
Go ahead. You want to try?
Not too far off either, so.
You don't feel shit.
can I please just think you stay in the thing?
Would you roll?
Nothing of value.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't tell anything.
Well, I mean, this doesn't seem
Okay.
as,
Well, I will say this to all of you. Zandu is not a human name.
fair enough.
What is he? He's dark skin, right?
You can't tell.
We can't tell,
Can I?
but he's not. Obviously, he's not a dwarf. I didn't get that vibe off him.
Can I acknowledge maybe what the name might be originating from?
You can try. Sure.
History?
Yeah.
3.
Actually, I'm going to utilize it because I would have knowledge if he's Dragonborn. 17, 18, 20. 21.
You
21.
you know it's not human, but it sounds like something you've heard in the past, but you can't put your finger on it.
It's not Dragonborn?
Not Dragonborn.
Well, considering our other jobs,
Infernal? Celestial?
Nope.
I don't know.
considering our previous jobs, this doesn't seem too hard to do, and less danger.
It only seems extremely suspicious.
Well, as far as like what the end goal is for the associate and what they want.
I can tell you in all honesty, and just for full transparency, based on what I'm asking you to do, it is not meant for nefarious purposes. He just needs some information.
These guilds, we don't know much about them other than the Alchemist Guild, which we had to deal with already. We can utilize.
Well, that's the Alchemist Guild. Like the guilds and the families who run the city are two separate things, guys.
Yes.
Like their guilds work in the city. The families run the city.
I have no problem looking into the elitist families who are fighting amongst each other and likely involving other people that.
I have a problem with it. I think this might be, I mean, all due respect, you trying to be transparent with us, I don't think it's anything good.
Well, we'll find
Eat
what
the rich.
Mm-hmm.
we'll find out when we get there.
Look, I'm just saying this. This is you know that these families are fighting in the streets, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's affecting other people.
This is to help put an end to that, so people don't get hurt. Look, I understand you don't trust me. You have no reason to trust me, and if you trust me like this, you'd be a fucking idiot. And the fact that you are not doing so proves you're not a fucking idiot. And I respect this. And I respect your questions. I respect all that. And once again, for the cost of this, y'all will be well compensated. I can promise you that. I can't promise you like getting you like a nice fucking home in the city. Like that's just not possible. But I can at least still compensate you for the troubles.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's just as well.
Yeah,
This needs a bit more of a subtle touch from people not me or not like me
you have,
and not like him. He points to Johannes. So from what he's told me, you all have a bit more of a subtle touch. Not too sure about you, but you know, I've been surprised before.
Jay,
I can have a-
subtle.
I
You
have a
told
soft
him
block.
subtle.
He just sipping wine. I told him you could get jobs done.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Do you have a good idea of where we should start? Which family we should start with? That might be our best bet.
How do you get in touch with these families?
And yes,
We don't really need to get in touch.
That was a flicker of the lights.
yes, it was. Well, Johannes seems to know a lot about these, about the city and inner workings, so we can probably figure out which family to start with and how to get in touch with them, or any informants that might be working for them in their operations. So,
The answer is yes. We'll help.
yes. Yeah, already the answer is yes.
But the question is
Where
how
would
much you paying us, and what are you paying us with?
I mean, for this kind of thing, you would be paid handsomely in gold. I mean, I see no reason for a few hundred gold for this.
Okay.
Alright,
I also would like, if you happen to, say, take over said city, to have a writ so I can never be expelled in the case of certain things happening.
He just kind of gives you his turns up. Take over the city. That
I don't think that's the goal.
no, like no. Firstly, I'm not in a position to give that. I'm not. I don't have the power to do so. And secondly, this is not to us. We don't care for you for Kudai. This is not a city we particularly care about. So, I guess I understand where you're coming from, but no. I can't do what you're asking me to do.
Gold's fine.
Sorry.
gold will do.
Alright, in my head, Fenris, you hear that? We can't get out, we don't have a get out of jail free card if I let you take the reins, so. Of course, it's just
It'd be even funnier if he's awake and he's just like, I'm ignoring you.
Let's ignore and snore. There you go.
No, he's legit asleep.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, well, we got a new job to do. This one doesn't sound as bloody as the other ones. Yes.
I mean, you can complete it at your leisure. I just do need this, say, within about a week or so.
What's the name of all the families that we're looking into?
The two families specifically are Kloster and Namari. So whoever you can get in to first would definitely help with. If you just can only get on one, then that would.
Kloster and Mari.
Yeah, Mari and Cluster. What do they,
Are they Alvin?
No, they just have names.
yeah,
Like,
what-
that sounds
do
like
we
it.
know what they're even fighting about? Just territory or operations, disagreements, competition?
That's what I would definitely like you two to find out. That would really give us a hand in this. Again, if you only can get information about one of the houses, that's cool. That's all I would really need, and all I would ask for you. If you can get more, I will take it, and I will again compensate you more for it. But yeah, so just within about a week would be swell.
Alright, do we know, do you have the location of the houses?
I mean, they're all over the city. I mean, their districts are pretty well known. I mean, we're.
So no main houses for either of the families that we're aware of.
I mean, they have they have houses. They're just kind of all over the place.
I see.
We wouldn't want to go knocking on. They say that.
I mean, if you think that would be wise to do, you're welcome to do it. But you know, I'm not. Yeah.
Right.
I have no death wish.
Fair enough.
If you insist.
Well, I guess the other question would be: is there like a certain spot that they tend to fight in, or is it just all over?
It's all over the place, my man.
All right.
My Loxodon, my whatever the hell you are, elephant.
I'm just a
Trunk.
normal looking Loxodon.
Cool.
Okay.
So, you guys up for it?
Yes.
If not,
Oh, yes.
Okay. I greatly appreciate it. He kind of just reaches back into his pocket. As just kind of a down payment, here's just half up front, or there's a small portion up front.
Yeah, we got gold.
So,
I mean, we accept this. Yes.
How much is that split?
it's about 100 gold, so about 25 each.
Yeah. Okay. Also not poison. 25 gold.
It crashed.
Hmm.
There it is.
All right. Well, gentlemen, where should we go first? Where was that? Was there a? Well, actually, Zandu. I mean Zandu. Was there do you know was there like a previous recent fight that happened that you can direct us to? Maybe we can.
I mean, I think in along the Harbor District there was a pretty decent fight recently.
Okay.
I mean, that's really all I know. It's kind of why I'm here to gather information. So,
All right.
you look like you maybe had a question, comment, concern.
No.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, I do greatly appreciate you stepping in and helping me out, and my associate will definitely appreciate it more too.
Right. Is he leaving or is he staying?
He's still staying here. He just kind of leans back and starts sipping on more wine.
How close is he to Johannes?
Probably about as close as I am to Kier.
Okay, so if I angrily whisper at Johannes, he'd probably hear.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you gonna do it anyways?
Probably not right now.
Okay.
You have something to say, sweetie.
Not
you
if-
for putting us on work,
please,
Johannes.
honey, there's no secrets here. Just go ahead, air it out. I don't mind.
Alright. You just hired us out for job now?
No, I just had a suggestion, thought of you, and I asked you to come, see if you were interested. I
appreciate it, Johannes.
I
Thank you very much.
I made the
Axel
offer.
appreciates it too.
Shut up, please, sweetheart. I said when we first entered the city, if I found anything, I'd be sure to let you know. I'm letting you know I found something interested, and if you were interested, I would share it. That's
But now
it.
you're always thinking of me.
Oh, it's not just you I'm thinking about, sweetie.
I'm gonna leave.
Oh no, don't forget to say hi to the little one for me.
I'm gonna stop and turn around. Just... You know nothing about that.
I know who you work for, sweetie.
You know nothing about that.
I work for them too. You're not the only one with eyes and ears, sweetheart.
That would make sense then.
What's he talking about there, Axel?
Don't worry about it.
I knew it. I knew it, Axel. You're more than just a warlock. He's a spy, isn't he, Jay?
Oh, not for me to tell. Not for me to tell, sweetie.
Oh, they can tell me.
I want him found too. I'm here to help you. Trust me.
Yeah, I was bad at his idea though.
I know. I know.
I'm gonna turn and leave.
When I find out more, I'll let you know, sweetie.
Looking forward to it.
Jay, are you a fixer then?
I'm whatever I need to be, sweetheart.
Well, I appreciate you doing this for us.
I'm just here for the amusement of it all.
Don't worry. We
Sweetie,
have
how are
so
you
much.
feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
only fantastic. Please tell me about your day.
Oh, it was pretty eventful.
Oh, like what?
Oh, we got to ride on an airship. We got to see.
Ooh,
We got to see the stormtroopers in action.
what are those?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know. Please tell me.
Well, it's not my place to tell.
Oh,
Have to
come
wait for
now.
word
I
to
get.
spread. Someone like you
Oh,
open
word
up.
to spread. Why not start spreading it, sweetie?
No, this ain't gonna work. No.
Oh, come
Jake.
now.
Jake, come here.
Jay.
He's not standing up.
No, I know, but I'm keeping him away from him.
You gonna keep him away from me?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell Jay.
Hey, come on, we're just having a little conversation here.
Yeah. Military exercise under wraps. It's gonna show a force. You'll hear about it soon enough. Trust me.
Ooh la 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 la, juicy. I would have preferred him to tell me, but you know, what are you going to do?
He's not the military type.
What type is he exactly? I can't exactly tell from all the
Sheltered,
confusion.
sheltered monk. Does it make more sense now?
Delicious.
He's learning.
Should mention,
I hit things really hard.
Zandu does hear what you say, Jay, and he looks visibly uncomfortable.
What? About the military thing?
Yeah, he looks visibly
I
uncomfortable.
whispered it to Jay though.
He's standing right there.
It doesn't matter. I break
Well,
right
apparently he
Jay's
heard.
ears.
He heard. So
I mean, it's what you
Feedback.
gather, because again, as soon as you start saying military stuff, you just notice him kind of just stiffen and get really uncomfortable.
Something wrong?
Nothing for me to know.
let's get to work on these families. To the harbor.
I'm just gonna put this bug in your ear, Xantu.
Okay.
If you work with the lion, we're trying to find out what's going on so we can stop a war later.
That's good. You and like an army of others.
Yeah. Don't think about too much, but more stuff will come down. So de-escalation's the name of the game right now.
Problem is, escalation's the only game playing right now.
Anyways, Johannes, I was very curious about that little exchange you had with Axel. What was that about?
Not for me to say.
Not for you to say. Huh?
And not for us to know. Axel will tell us in due time, or I'll
I'm
tease
sure-
it out of him.
Oh, this is something you can't tease. He'll tell you on his time.
Hmm.
That sounds a little nervousing.
Well, I mean,
Well, to be fair, it's kind of hard. And no, sweetie, not in that way.
Oh, gee.
well, it won't be detrimental to our well-being, I'm pretty sure. So,
Mm.
all right. Shall we go figure out what's going on with these families and why they are hitting each other really hard?
Yeah, let's go figure out more about these families. And I'm gonna meet back up with Axel here.
Well, thing is, when I'm leaving the bar, and I'm gonna depart the street depart the area for a moment. I'm gonna try to make contact with any other contact I have in the city.
Okay.
Try again.
So far you try to reach out, nothing immediately responds, but this is normal.
Okay.
I'm gonna be right behind Axel. What you doing there, bud?
How'd you know where to find me?
I
Yeah,
can
he ran
smell
out.
you.
In a city?
Yeah, he had he had time to get out
Do
pretty
you
far.
see this on my face? What is this? You have one too.
Yeah, he had time to get far out, so you can just be out there already.
I have a running speed of 100.
Not when it's in a crowd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should I roll to find him?
Sure.
Yo, am I rolling stealth then?
Sure.
Yo, let's go! Got 22.
Plot thickens.
26.
They find you.
Okay.
You
Someone-
tried.
Can I help you?
So,
You seem a little irritated that we caught up to you. What's going on?
you're not there.
Oh.
I peeled off after him because I have
You
a
you
feeling-
you peed out of there.
I rocket ship my ass. I have White Castles, baby. Yeet! Anyway, so it looks like Jay got under your skin again. And,
Oh, every time.
Yeah, and you're also trying to make contact. So
You have no idea what I'm doing.
I know. What are you doing?
What am I doing? Just
Look,
trying to find a
we're-
friend.
A little one. So you have a kid.
Don't talk about that.
What can we do to help?
Nothing. Cause ain't anything I can do either.
So you held a hostage.
Like I said, don't talk about it. It's my business. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Well, you have friends here, so when you are ready, we're willing to help.
Appreciate it. But right now, it's a very touchy subject.
I can tell.
Right, you're tracking down these families or what?
First off, do you have any contacts that might know where any of these families?
Good question.
You can't make contact with them.
I'm hoping that's not my contact.
Jay?
I can count on one hand the number of people that know about the kid. To me, it's my wife. Apparently, there's Jay.
You do know what your boss looks like, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure because it'd be pretty funny if it was Jay this whole time.
He's not my overarching boss. That'd be whoever wears a particular crown, but I don't answer directly to them. Just, if they want to tell me to jump, they talk to somebody, talk to somebody, talk to somebody, talk to somebody, tells me to jump. Then I relay back how high.
So you really are military then after all. Thought so.
No, not military at all.
But you're definitely not a tax collector.
No, I am a tax collector.
As a front.
Well, yeah.
So then spy? Sweet.
I'll let you know when they tell me if I can.
That's fine. But okay, at least we know what your particular set of skills are.
Alright, well, not really that. I hunt spies.
Oh. That's good. That's actually really cool and really good. That might make this next assignment a little bit easier for us.
Maybe.
In the grand scheme of things, that might actually make a lot of things a lot easier for us. I know nothing, and the others will learn when they need to.
If anyone asks, I just collect taxes.
You're damn good at it.
By magical force.
By kicking and screaming, you'll get your fucking taxes to me.
Just
That'd be great if you cast this spell, though, Axel, and
What's
say
our,
I'm auditing you.
What's our next move?
Well, there was a tax auditor before I was a warlock. That's something that came after.
Oh, you made a pack.
Every warlock makes a pact.
Some of them, I know, get birthed into it.
Okay, maybe, but I wouldn't know anything about that.
The mage college and stuff like that, or
Yeah, it wasn't a specialty though.
yeah. All right, well, let's get back with the group.
Right.
And then let's go from there. You lead.
Alright. We'll walk on back to regroup.
Alright. And then, where should we go? We gotta figure out one of these, what family should we pick? Is it random? 50-50?
Great question. Can I propose a option C?
Yes.
I forgot who Zandy is first.
I kind of agree with this.
The clerics, maybe?
Sunlight Clerics?
Maybe. Also, any records office.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the city, which means he might have purchased something.
Right.
Something big, which means he has to have his name on it.
But Roland has a good point though. We still do need to talk to the clerics about the his hands will rise bullshit group.
Yeah, we should.
We need to tell them, so we'll try to kill two birds with one stone first. Talk to them about that. Maybe we know anything about the families, and if we do, good. I'd say you do the talking.
Well, I could just be a pretty face.
Yes, but you're the best talker.
Outstanding.
Always outstanding. All right, let's go talk to the clerics then.
Okay.
Uh,
So there actually is one of their monastery things, church, huts, pretty close by. And this one, unlike the one you visited before, is actually noticeably nicer because it is in a nicer part of town. So it...
Oh, is it the dragonfly?
What the fuck was that?
What was that? Something land on you? He's got an itch.
No, it was crawling on my head.
Oh. Well, it's gone now.
Alright, whatever the fuck it was.
Alright.
So
Anyway,
I know there was a dragonfly flying around at one point.
so, anywho, it's a larger building, a nicer constructed building, and it does have, unlike the last one, a much larger garden that they are growing and getting things ready, and as best they can. You get inside, and like before, it is just kind of a wide open area, with... God damn it, Tonto.
Thanks, Uncle Taco.
Rating with a party of 7. And Zomer Vlinder. I don't know if that's your name. Thanks for following. I appreciate you. Night Sun 86. Appreciate you as well. Welcome to this pageantry of nonsense. So, how do I say? It like last time, it is a larger, just kind of domed room with some nicer columns. It's pretty sparsely populated. There's not really chairs or anything, and there does appear to be just one cleric kind of sweeping things around. Not really doing much, just kind of tidying up the place. It is getting kind of late, so you get a feeling that this is kind of just like cleaning up before going home.
gotcha. I'm gonna get pretty close, behind him before I just. G'day.
Welcome in. Out the door. Is there something I can help you, gentlemen, with?
Hopefully. We are looking into a possible cult that may have sprouted up as of recent. They're pretty big enough to take over the town
Oh,
by military force.
that is something. That's something bad.
They like to name themselves after hands.
Like
The
what
hand
the
will rise
like
again.
the velvet hand joint over a couple
Not
streets
that
over?
kind of hands.
I'm wondering if that's supposed to be a front and the hand name is a.
That thing has been here for about 50 years.
All right, we're gonna.
It was started by this lovely couple, actually. Or was it a throuple? I don't know.
Right, so we'll discount that idea.
If you insist.
Have I heard the name Lord Cypher?
It's not ringing a bell, no.
It might be spelled 5 different ways.
It seems like a complicated name to spell. Sorry, did not ask. Who are y'all again?
That's a very good question.
What's our team name?
I'm Tim.
I swear,
Oh.
if you quote the movie and call us Team Friendship,
Friendship.
we finally saw that.
It's such a good movie.
The D&D movie?
No, don't tell me they call themselves Team Friendship in that thing too.
I don't know. I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
Oh,
what are you
and
talking
no,
about?
what we're talking about
Puss
Puss in
in
Boots.
Oh,
Last
that.
Wish.
Oh, that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
Perito, Connie.
Everyone loves.
I
Anyway,
didn't watch the movie.
So
you
good.
should. It's actually really solid.
Yeah, made me cry twice.
Anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm talking names.
Yeah, I'm
who-
Tim.
I'm
Alex, good to meet you. Ankel,
Cahal Blackman.
okay. Let me ask. I heard this from some other people. There was a a group of people who came up from, I think the place was Abtita, got kicked out of there. Michelanga sent word from it. Is that
Yes.
okay? Okay. Yeah, you actually are gonna want to talk to a boss about this. He's more prepared and more equipped to talk about this. I think he's still in the back. Just give me 1 second. Let me go grab him for you. Because I can tell you this right now. This is above my pay grade.
Right.
Also, just occurred to me, would this be the kind of place that would have a library in it too?
It's certainly possible. Like off to the side, like it's a large building, and the room you're in is not as large as the building, so it is entirely possible that they do have a library. It is also possible, since you've seen this before, that the majority of the other rooms are probably just like kitchen, food prep areas for them to feed the poor. Because once again, these guys so far seem legit and to practice what they preach, unlike the Catholic Church. Anyway.
While he goes and gets the boss, I'm gonna look at these two. It's like, you know, it defeats the purpose of me using a fake name if you both give your real names.
Well, no, because we're working with the church, remember?
Yeah, but I don't know if you would have been like, oh, you guys got kicked out of town, like, get out of here.
They
Well,
already know us. They're already cool
yeah,
with
they already
us.
know us, so it's,
Yeah.
I mean, for the sake of cover, you can be whoever you want, but,
We've acquired a new party member.
Yeah, I'm Fred then.
okay,
All right, Fred.
And,
You need a, what's those little scarves called?
a cardigan? No, not
The
cardigan.
thing, the thing-
Ascot.
Ascot.
Yeah, you need a little ascot if you're gonna be Fred. And we need a dog named Scooby, or is it Shay?
We're not Team Mystery.
It's Scooby.
right?
We have 2 dogs, you and me.
Yeah, so you need a
I'll be
parrot.
Scooby, you be Scraggy.
Shaggy and no. Anyway, after about a minute or so, he comes back with another gentleman, is much noticeably older gentleman, full on like beard, kind of walking a little bit with a cane. Yeah, can I help you find gentlemen from Abtita?
Yes, I'm Timothy Fredericks the 14th.
Oh, so you're Axel. I've been warned about you. I have been warned about you. So, anyway,
I'm charismatic.
that's one word for it.
Alright, well, we're trying to track down a possible cult that's popped up in the last, probably quite a while. They're pretty big. They're pretty big to militarily take over town.
I've heard of this from Michelanga down in Abtita. You dealt with a group known as the High Hands, no?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
we think they're just a small chapter of a larger group.
It's what makes you think this, if I may inquire?
Because the Higher Hands had a leader that we... What, deposed of?
Disposed.
Was he dead?
You very much so killed him.
Yeah.
Right, so
You again, you have there's a theme with you guys where the important leaders you need to talk to kind of end up dead.
look, it would just be
We've
a
only
shame.
successfully not killed them once.
It would just be a shame if we had to fight the same enemy twice. We would take that to an extreme.
I understand.
Get the job done.
We kind of disposed of that leader. I'm assuming that group kind of either fell into disarray or fell apart, but there's another leader, the guy whose hands will rise higher. And we also ran into a group that was still part of that overarching cult. They took over a town. They were talking about a Lord Cypher. You heard of him?
The name does not sound too familiar to me at the moment, but there are a lot of names and a lot of beliefs, so this does not surprise me too much.
They believe that this person can quote unquote fix the world, and they took over my home city, killed a bunch of innocent people, killed me. I was
I
somehow
see
brought back to life.
you got better.
Yeah. Got better, yes.
Yeah, we're working on that.
I suppose I understand.
Actually, you know
So-
what? I have a quick question.
In or out of game?
No, in game too. Just to make sure I'm not an undead, can you just do like a small healing spell on me? See if it hurts me or not?
I don't see why not. He just kind of wanders up to you, puts his hand on your arm, and you feel a warming sensation, not like burning hot, but kind of. Imagine putting your hand or putting your arm in some warm water after you've been in -5-degree weather for a second. It feels nice. It's kind of that sensation.
Okay, good. I'm
It's
not
not-
undead. Okay, I'll take it.
I would certainly hope you're
Oh
not
no, your leg's
undead.
falling off. You're undead.
I certainly hope you're not undead, considering the fact I probably smell you before anything, and you just smell like wet dog, so I'm sure.
That'd be a twist if I know he's actually a spell stitched or something. You just can't see it underneath the fur.
Spell stitched?
It's when an undead has a whole bunch of runes carved into them to make them more powerful. A lich can spell stitch themselves, even.
In D&D?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it is a thing. Anywho.
Yep.
So, you are looking for information on this cipher. I'm assuming there's no one way to spell this name.
Not that we know of.
You haven't figured that out yet.
I think we have like 5 different ways. I'm sure you have a 6th.
I'm sure there's even a 7th. But this
Just
is
ask the guy that was here first. He probably has 7th.
so as well. You're saying that this Lord Cipher can fix things. Okay.
To the
Yeah.
point where they destroyed an entire city, enslaved the population, thinking that when they bring him back through those means, that he will make it right and they'll have penance for it. They also prey upon the mentally ill, or make people mentally ill, and then use that to coerce them into following.
Does something that maybe have something to do with like magical ley lines? So we have a desert right next to you.
Ley lines do not exist in Retire. We've tried. Trust me, we've tried. Otherwise, a lot more of those ley lines would have much more life along them. And as you've seen in our deserts, well, there's only life in the oasis, my friend.
Must have read it in a book somewhere.
You may be thinking maybe down south in Azteca, but not here. Not here. So, I will alert my superiors and we will get to looking into what we know about this cipher.
I got you.
So, we will get to work on that. There's both in our libraries and in other libraries a wealth of information. Where are you staying, perchance? So if I do find out more, I can contact you.
Well, we did have an inn that we're staying at.
We did.
We did.
You wouldn't happen to have temporary lodging?
For the night, I can lodge you here, yes. You are first-time visitors to my home, so I would be obliged to do this, though tomorrow night I cannot make the same guarantee. I hope you understand. Limited room. In any event, what else do you need to know, my friends?
Happen to know anything about the 2 families that are fighting?
There we go.
Much more about them than I should.
We know about the Clausters and the Amaris.
They are 2 of the founding houses of Kudai, 2 of the 7. They have been here so long as the
Oh,
city
he wants to go out.
has been here. For the longest time, they have lived in a relative peace between each other. I shouldn't say peace, just more tolerance. Profit always comes first with these families. I hope you understand.
Yeah, their business.
They have their businesses. Normally, the founders, in order to keep things from getting too violent, have kept their industries separate from one another. One deals in grain, the other deals in ores, one deals in magic goods. I hope you understand that.
Yeah.
So nothing really illicit then.
Nothing illicit on the surface. Under the table, however, that is a different matter altogether, which I cannot answer. I do not pry myself. But recently, through the prompting, it is rumored, of the Patriarch of House Closter, that they have decided to get in on the dwarven trade, which has been that under the umbrella of Imari. And this, of course, breaks one of the tenets of the founding. It is not exactly a law, more a agreement between the houses to keep things civil.
And this is why they're fighting in the streets.
This is seen as an invasion by the Patriarch of House Imari. Now, the Patriarch of House Imari, Jin, he is a paranoid man by trade. He deals in the increasing volatility of the dwarves, which right now is breeding a lot of stress for reasons I do not need to explain.
Now, are these family houses sending their men to fight each other, or are the men just doing it because of the...
For House Closter, it is unclear. House Imari is a different matter altogether. Because of his paranoia and learning of this betrayal of trust, quote unquote, Jin is becoming more violent and vicious in his language towards Closter, and this has trickled down into his lieutenants and the underbosses therein, always looking to get into good graces with their employers for better pay, more food. They see it as we get under the skin of Closter, we get in the good graces of Jin, we get more money in our pockets.
It's just an escalating snowball effect.
Seems to be a constant in this day and age.
I know Tucker, you have to go to the bathroom.
I took him earlier.
Yeah, but he's doing a I have to go really bad.
Or he just wants food.
No, I know that. Look.
Let's pause real quick. You can just let him outside. I
Yep.
take it. Yeah.
You go potty? You go
Quick
potty?
intermission.
You go potty? You go potty?
Is it Nemari or Imari?
Imari.
Okay.
Spelled with a Y at the beginning. Think Emir, just Mari.
I was thinking of MRE. MRE. MRE.
Yeah.
I'm ready to eat meals. You're ready to eat.
Meals rejected by everyone.
Yes, that's exactly what they're called. Especially the Vomit. Oh, the Vomit. The Vomit is a nickname for the veggie omelet.
Oh, powdered eggs and dehydrated vegetables.
It's really bad. It's gray and it's bad. And it tastes better not cooked.
I am impressed in every way I should not be. I still need to make that into a shirt. Probably get an emo out of that too for the chat. Just I am impressed in every way I should not be.
That's a lot of text for a very small emote.
Yeah. Which is why I think a shirt would be better. I tried to make it into a shirt once, but the only way that I could get it done is if I got like an order of 50 of them, to which I said, fuck that.
It's a lot of shirts.
Mm-hmm. And I don't need that many shirts. Viewers in chat, tell me, how many shirts do you need? Answer now.
Betrayal.
You don't want to know. Well, that kind of answers my question.
0.
Anyway, now that's been taken care of.
Yep.
So, the houses have since been trying to find each other, and, well, it's been causing, as I'm sure y'all know, a lot of chaos.
Oh yeah. From what we've
Jesus
been hearing.
fuck, dude.
That's a lot of shirts.
How many shirts?
I know someone with over 350 shirts.
My ex was like that, but that's because his condition made his weight wildly go up and down every year.
Damn,
Wait,
son.
your ex? You get fat and skinny?
Wow.
It's the fantasy.
Because his thyroid would go into hypo and then hyper mode
Oh.
repeatedly.
Anyway.
Yep.
If I may ask, why are you so interested to know?
We're trying to stop an escalation of violence.
Well, the escalation is gonna happen.
Has
Yeah.
Brandy wanted us to look into it?
Why? I
Yeah, I was
feel
suspicious about that too.
I feel it best not to inquire further.
Actually, I should inquire. Do you happen to know a guy named Xandu?
No,
Thank you.
it's a unique name. I will give it that. I've never heard it before. So, if there was someone named Zandu in the city, chances are we'd know.
Do you think Nicolanda might know?
Mikalonga is all the way down in Aptida. I sincerely doubt it.
Well, Zandy's an outsider, so that's why I'm wondering.
I think we'll figure out more as we complete our job, maybe. I don't know.
Let's see, is there any way we can have an audience with any of these families to talk to them, try to understand where they're coming from?
Not through honest means, especially to 4 individuals they don't know. It is entirely possible to maybe get in underneath the table and get up through the ranks to schedule a meeting like that. I can possibly, I have an idea. I do know some folk who work at the main house for Imari. I may be able to schedule you a meeting with him in order to figure out how you can get further into and learn more about Imari. Gloucester is a different beast, which unfortunately I do not know much about, so I cannot assist on that front. I will ask questions and inquire for you if you would like.
I would like that.
I will do what I can.
Also, do you think I should keep this form, or should I change into my human form for them?
That is for your discretion. I know these families have employed shape changes in their past, so you being who you are, what you are, looking like you are, I don't see any reason to question it or doubt it or
If
change
you
it.
need one, there's one form, use the other form for the other.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a good idea.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna go with a human form for Amara then.
Since the Amaris are the ones that feel violated, we probably should stick to focusing on them maybe.
Yeah.
And figure out what conditions may exist that they can maybe stop the fighting or come to an agreement.
Well, the thing is the aristocrats at the very top don't know what's going on underneath. And so they probably don't even know that what they're doing is causing casualties, innocent people are dying.
I have a feeling they do, but they are too concerned with the matters at hand to care about their underlings.
So my sentiments.
Getting them to talk at a table would be a good start, but getting them to that table is gonna be a challenge.
Maybe entwining some of the businesses so far that if one disrupts the other, it hurts themselves, so that would just make any aggression be completely unprofitable and more harmful than anything else.
We're gonna have to deal with the machinations of their industries then.
Yep.
Their suppliers.
They may not listen to Lives Affected, but they'll listen to their money.
Oh yeah.
There are rumors that a plan is being enacted to get them to come to the table, but no one can say.
Who's the one enacting that plan? Can we reach out to them?
These are only rumors, my friend. Voiceless rumors. We will see, though. It is not exactly a fortunate time for this to be happening, of course. It is also rumored that Imari is gaining a lot of ground in supplying the dwarves with a lot of what they need. Though what they need, I do not know. This is probably why Kloster is rumored or trying to get on the dwarf payroll.
That just sounds like they're trying to get powerful friends.
Powerful friends, increased profits, same difference to them.
Question is, will the two leaders of these houses be willing to actually work together and split the difference?
Well, yeah, if we can talk their language, which is money, we can definitely do it.
Yeah, if we got a lot of that.
Unfortunately, that language is not one I'm familiar with.
I would start with my contact in Imari. He may know of a way to at least get more information. My contact in Imari.
The fuck? Oh, I leaned on the,
Butt dial.
Let's start there then.
You know, alternatively, if they're if they're
so that means it's
tax
playing this whole
brackets,
time,
bunch
just
of
not
knowledge,
laying down.
Yeah.
we'll just collect all that, see what businesses we can get to work together.
Or now it's not.
Make them come to the table
Yeah. Alright.
under threat of auditing.
Nah, I can't audit them. This town isn't part of what I can reach out to.
I wouldn't even begin to try because their profits, revenue stream, and income probably bigger than what you're used to, my friend. No offense.
That's the things I'm used to.
Not
He
like this.
audits kingdoms.
Not kingdoms, just
Oh, kingdom.
Towns. Heaven Kingdom.
Everything.
Sure.
In
Anyways.
any event, I will make contact with my sources, see what they can do. And I will also send word to scholars to see what we can find out on Cypher and this Xandu. It's an odd name. Never heard of this Xandu before. Huh. Interesting. Sounds like... No. Never mind.
what were you thinking?
Sounds like an old name. Really old name.
Telling you, he's in Thurl.
I'm telling you, if you find out that, you should drop the job.
Oh, and
No.
bad.
Not infernal, I can say that. Just, forget I said anything.
Watch it be a dragon.
3 kobolds in the trench coat.
Yeah, one's name is Z, another's and the other's Do. It's like, what? How do we fix her name? Xandu. It works. So, for the night, though, I will lead you, my associate here will lead you to your rooms. They won't be the most comfortable, but they will serve for now.
We appreciate it.
Of course. Just again, I cannot guarantee more than tonight.
Very well.
And there will be a hot meal waiting for you in the morning. One per day, of course.
Appreciate it. Do we happen to have a window?
Your room will have a window, yes.
Right.
I need a window.
Reasons. I like having a view.
Oh, okay. I'll
The
accept-
window
I'll accept
will
that
be
answer.
facing another building.
Like the view of buildings.
You are a strange one, you know that.
I get that a lot.
Understandable.
So with that, the associate just kind of leads you down a hallway, opens a couple doors for you, and it's like, here you go. It's just a couple simple little cots with a pillow, blanket. There is one with a window, yes, but as soon as you open, it's like that far away from just the opposite building. It's like, hell of a view.
Is
Perfect.
what a way to sneak out?
What's up for him?
Yeah. What are you talking
What
about?
do you want a window for?
I just want a window.
He just wants a window. Stop
Okay.
interrogating him,
I'm gonna
man.
wait for the guy to leave.
He just kind of ushered you in and just went, let me know if you need anything. Shut the door.
It's so in case my contact comes by.
He left already. He's gone.
No, I meant
Right, sorry, my wife comes by.
Your wife.
My wife.
Oh, okay.
What wife? You never
Yeah,
had a
wife.
wife.
I'm gonna talk about it every day.
every day.
I
She's the
had
flying kind.
had to make the joke, and you know it.
Secretly, the wife is the imp.
No.
That would
I
be.
forgot to resummon my imp! I'm gonna cast Find Familiar as a ritual.
He comes back kind of irritated.
Your wife, she's back. Hi, Beatrix.
So straight up,
picture familiar?
the imp just comes up. It's just folded across the arms, just tapestries.
All 8 arms.
You got some rest?
He was a brave.
Hey, no, my boy got skulled on.
Hey, look, you brought the cutie back. Can I pet him?
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
He's.
Does that mean yes?
It means what's he doing here? He's still here. He's still alive.
Yeah.
Can I pet him?
What do you mean?
Unfortunately, you're small, he's big. It's a lot harder to stomp on him.
I think he likes me.
What, you killed him?
No, he got stomped on by the demon that we were fighting.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right. You remember got slapped.
I remember he didn't even do damage. He just
Yeah.
whiffed everything and then got. Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
he
know
just
if it
got
was
kind
Thomas'
of pimp
voice.
slapped to the side. He just kind of, after your comment of, I think he likes me, he just looks and goes,
None of us can understand you. Just turn to a spider.
just turns into a spider and he just turns to you, raises his hind legs, says,
Doing the Australian spider thing.
no, it's just raising its arms, just like, ah! Okay. Then just kind of crawls up your sleeves and falls asleep, or does whatever the fuck spiders do. Alright.
Bites him and injects
I'm
venom.
gonna
I
grab
think I'm
my,
gonna ever freak someone out by rolling my eyes to the back of my head, leaning my head back at the spider coming out my shit.
I'm gonna grab the blankets, and then
I'm gonna sleep in a corner.
I'm gonna grab my blankets and my muzzle and then roll myself into a wolfrito.
Okay. That's something that happens.
Dogs do that all the time.
I don't.
Well, you're less bestial.
Wow.
Nice. Anyway. And anyone else want to do any last minute things? We have a Dogrito. We have you just kind of in a corner, probably rubbing one out with your trunk. You've opened the window. It is quite warm.
Where are you?
And you're just
Roland's just being rolled.
Sleeping like a normal person.
No, he's sleeping like a marine.
No,
On
I was gonna
his
say
head,
he's just standing at the
his
door like
head
a.
his head is on the concrete and his legs are just strapped in the air and he's like a brick.
I'm just saying he's
Yeah.
standing at the door, probably just watching, just standing like fucking like the Terminator, standing at the door. That's how he
Marines can
sleeps.
sleep in the worst conditions.
Yep, sleeping.
They
standing
always
up.
can.
Yeah.
And with that, we will conclude tonight's session. So, yeah, wasn't any session last week because forgot about Memorial Day shindigs, but now, ideally, unless something really stupid happens,
We're going camping next week, aren't we?
No, the week after.
Okay.
2
Okay.
weeks.
2 weeks.
so 2 weeks, no D&D. I may do something else. I may not. I don't know. But we should be back next week and with more mysteries. I have a fun idea for what I'm going to make you idiots do, and oh man, it's going to be great. So, with that said, thank you everyone for stopping with us tonight and going through the madness. To all our new followers, there's a lot of you now from this one night. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We look to see even more of this. And so far, just for everyone's reference, we are at 1 war crime committed by this party.
Only one.
Only one. But remember, it's not D&D unless you commit at least a couple. So we've took us a few episodes, but hey, we finally got to it. I'm not sure why I'm saying that with some sort of pride, but you know what? It is what it is. So, as always, thanks for joining us, everyone. We will see you next week. Week after that, we'll figure something out. But until then, Skull, and be well.